That's what we have.
We started off as Titans, and now we're the Jets. The start of every season always starts with the sweats. Vinny T, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, what's the deal? Don't even try to tell me that the curse ain't real. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny Boys, Jets worldwide. Why, yeah, boy. Like and subscribe. Fitzpatrick, the end of every season is always tragic. Doug Bryan missed, everybody got a piss. 2 Super Bowl seasons ended with just one twist. 15 years without the playoffs. Is Aaron Glenn legit? We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit. We're coming for you, better run and hide. Snowball and Johnny Boys, Jets worldwide. Like and subscribe.
But fumble. Oh.
69.
69.
69, baby.
Well, I have to say this. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Jets Worldwide, wide. Friday night, your real chill spot. You guys come over here to come hang out with us, talk a little bit some Jets, talk about some 69ing and, having a little bit of fun. But I have to say this first. Happy birthday, Snowball. I heard the big 2-1. Congratulations on that. How does it feel?
I had my first beer.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It was so cool. My dad gave it to me. He was like, son, we're going to open this beer together.
That must have been amazing.
It was nice. Oh, look at that. Bill M is on everything, right?
Yeah, he knew
I was right.
I was already going like, oh, what is going on? What's happening?
But this episode is 69, so we switched it up.
Well, there is an individual that because his voice, because he sang to me in a Marilyn Monroe style. It was episode 69, all right? And I was like, yo, this is easy. I don't know what he needs to do. If he could fit us in his schedule, I hope he's able to come because, literally, it's 69.
And
you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly who you're talking about. And can I just correct this? He requested. He wanted us. He wanted us. He wanted to be here. So bring him in because I think the blood's rushing to his head.
I tell you this, you got to finish, man. You always got to finish. Always. But let's bring him in. You guys know him as It's Shine Time, whatever. Hey, look at my toe. Our guy, Mr. 69 worldwide. Our guy, Mr. Nick Shine. Nick Shine's in the building.
I'm in position, gentlemen. I'm ready to entertain the asses tonight. The masses.
Hold on.
He's perfect.
There we go. Oh, you were 69ing with Snowball.
I gotta stand up. Hold on.
Yeah. You just ruined it. What's
going on?
What's going on, Nick?
How are you,
man?
Yeah, I switched my work schedule a couple weeks ago, and I was listening 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, episode 67. Let me check my calendar. And I was like, you guys have anyone for 69?
And we do, but we much prefer you.
Oh, thank you.
That's it.
I do have a 69 tonight, actually. So
yeah,
nice.
It's on the schedule. It's cool.
It's Friday.
I love it. Nick, you're going to help us tonight. You're going to help us. You're going to help us pick the winner of the mystery box tonight. So, yeah, we got to 500 subscribers thanks to you and a bunch of other people.
It's to you guys. It's the work that you put in. thank you for saying that, but it's the work that you guys do and the content you create.
Good. And thank you for saying that. But you're going to help us tonight. So I don't know when we're going to do that, but
Wait a minute, I'm a subscriber. Does that mean I'm eliminated?
no, you're in it.
No, you're in it
to win it.
Yeah,
you're in it.
All right.
But we wanted to show everyone what's in the box. To
Can we do it? Let's do it. Everybody.
Wait, I'm not even here for 2 minutes, and we're already looking inside of a box.
I'm going to show you what's in my box.
All right. Well, let's
Look inside my box.
hold on,
All right.
hold on.
So listen, we already knew that there was on a previous episode there was a Mark Sanchez autographed helmet. So there is a Mark Sanchez autographed helmet. I don't know if you can see that. Mark Sanchez autographed helmet. I don't know if
I
there's
will
a
attest. That is his signature because I had it.
Okay, so that's a Mark Sanchez. That's the first thing that's in there. The second thing that's in there
Very nice.
is, and this isn't bubble wrap, so just gonna have to take my word for it. But there is a Wayne Corbett signed helmet in there also.
Very nice.
It's very nice. The certificate of authenticity is on the inside there.
Oof.
All right, so we got Sanchez, we got Corbett, we have a piece of rope. Don't let go. All right.
I will never let go, Jack. Never let go.
We got some brand new, never ever released, Jets Worldwide die cut stickers. So those
It's
are going
almost
in.
like you make a Richie stickers jokes, and it would work
Yes.
here too.
There is an iron-on patch. If you love the Jets, you should love the Jets. So
I love
Iron
that
On?
logo. I'm not
It's in
gonna lie.
there.
I love that logo.
yeah, that's why I got it, because this is the best logo the Jets ever had. And the last thing that we got was a Curtis Martin commemorative coin from 2025. So 2005. Superstars. Don't look at the price. $2.99. But
Another one.
we're a low budget place. So
Another one.
commemorative coin. So another one. And that's it. The box is now empty.
I should not have control of any of these sounds and background music. I'm having too much fun back here.
All right. So that's all the stuff that's in the mystery box. We will reveal the winner at the end of the show. Do it for Johnny. But yes, Nick will be helping us pick the winner. So
I choose me.
yes, well, if it was that easy,
I will take myself out of it.
all right. But if you do win, everything's legit. Like stand up, right?
All right.
Well, let's
Then
so
I'm- then
peep
I'm
this.
back in, gentlemen.
Let's just say this, Nick. If you end up winning, right? Just pick somebody. We'll send you all of the names and just pick somebody. You know, I mean, shout out to Peg and Artie. How they won today.
But I have a system, Johnny. I have a whole thing planned out. It's like very suspenseful.
Oh, but I'm yeah, my bad. Dude, it has
Here's
been
the raffle. If you are a subscriber, you're in the raffle, and you have to make your subscription public. That's the trick.
No incognito mode, right?
Yeah,
That's what you choose.
Can't be a secret subscriber. So that's that.
well, I'm Nick, I always enjoyed when you come on the show because I feel like I'm able to say something and you are able to decipher what's in Johnny's mind, essentially, right? That might be a little bit scary, but you were the perfect individual to bring on tonight. So I mean, it is episode 69. Everybody that's watching, you guys are watching Jets Worldwide. Please make sure you guys hit the like, hit the sub. We're on our way to 1,000 now. And we appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us since day one. But there's a lot of stuff going on, right? So tonight's episode 69, is the New York Jets. Why should we draft these players? Okay. And it's a little bit different. I didn't want to do a show where it's like, you know, I want this guy because this other guy doesn't fit what I want to do. So essentially, right, Nick, you're going to be the New York Jets. And on the number 2, number 16, you end up picking each and every individual player in a different multiverse.
Okay.
And essentially, you need to tell me, why is he going to be good? Why does he fit with us?
You do.
How?
Hey Siri, text Charles Gorman. What the fuck is the multiverse?
And yeah, so I'm looking
So
forward
basically,
to it.
we'll just do number 2 over and over again with different scenarios in 16. Okay.
Yep,
Gotcha.
yep. And I feel like it's going to be intriguing because you're like me. We love trenches, right? We love defense, but we also know that there is a need at offense as well. And I'm not too big on a lot of the offensive weapons that are out there right now, because I feel like there's one individual that's coming out in 2027 that I really want, but 2026 has not happened yet. So we can't jump over there. So we need to essentially make sure that the people that we pick in the draft, we hit. We have to hit no matter what, okay, regardless of it. So before we start getting into it, 2 and 16, Nick, who are the individuals that you want to rock the green and white? And you don't no name, and I mean none of the individuals that we have here. What you want, Nick? Like if you were at
What I want, not what I think they'll
What you
do. What I want.
what you want. Yep, what you want. No trades, none of that. Just straight 2 and 16.
So Nick, tell me what you want.
Tell me what you want, what you
Really,
really
really
want.
It changes. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fluid situation. As of this moment, during episode 69, I will say Reese and Vega.
Fair.
That would be my dream scenario because I think you're getting potentially 2 of the best talents in the draft. I think it's a miracle if Vega's there at 16. I really, truly do. I think this guy is too talented to slide that far down the board. And if he's there at 16, you figure it the fuck out. Like he's that good of a talent where you're like, all right, Parham, yeah, you're going to play center. All right. We didn't expect this guy to be here at 16 when we signed you, but we'll take him. And then with Reese, you have your queen on the chessboard, fits multiple fronts. You have every reason to be excited about the trajectory. You can have him work with Dunbar. You can have him work with Bowling as a down lineman, an inside linebacker, off ball, blitzer. He can just go to the moon, baby. So I think that would be my dream scenario at 2 and 16. Oh,
Nick,
but
let me ask you this really quickly.
there at 2 would be my dream, but I don't think that is going to happen. But that would be the ultimate dream is Mendoza. But
Dude, you never know, man. I mean, the Raiders could Raider.
oh, yeah.
Imagine. Anyways,
It's not
I don't even
happening.
want to. Yeah, it's not happening. But Nick, with the coordinators that we've picked up, who's been your favorite one so far, and which one's been your least favorite?
Am I counting Glenn as the coordinator since he's going to be calling the plays? Right?
No. So just go like
Then
Dunbar,
I got to go with Wright
Alfredo.
because we know nothing about Duker, right? Like
Okay.
Aaron Glenn's running the defense. Duker is going to be what Eric Bieniemy was in Kansas City. He's just going to laminate the play sheets and make sure the Sharpies are full. Yeah, hey, coach, we got a new Sharpie for you. It's the second half. Like that's going to be his job. I'll go with Reich because Reich is experienced. If it was Reich versus Glenn, it's a much more different conversation because they both have the experience as the play callers and putting their identity and their imprint on that side of the ball. But I mean, I'm not over the moon excited about Reich, but it's more exciting than Duker because I fully believe it's going to be Aaron Glenn's defense, Aaron Glenn's final say. Aaron Glenn has his job potentially on the line. A lot of us believe this is a do or die season for him very quickly. So, yeah, I'll go with Reich. And I'm not going to lie, Musgrave with Reich is that's somebody you guys know. You watch the show. And I've been very vocal throughout the offseason. If you got to get somebody who's been in the room for developing a young quarterback. Now, the biggest thing is Reich and Musgrave have to be good enough to get to the rookie quarterback. That's the big question mark. will they deserve a year too? Will this whole staff deserve it? So as of right now, Reich excites me more as a Jet coordinator, but I think Glenn calling the plays would level that out pretty quickly.
Yeah, and which one out of every coordinator that we brought in is the one that you were like, I don't know. I mean, I know you said Duker, right? Because he's essentially just, gonna be handing coffee. But other than him, any of the other ones that you're like, I don't know.
You mean coaches? Or you said
Mhm.
coordinators?
Coaches.
No, I think Musgrave was good considering that Aaron Glenn could be a lame duck head coach, even though it's only year 2 of a 5-year deal. I think that you got a veteran, you got an adult, you got a guy who's been around the league for a very long time and been in different rooms with different styles of quarterbacks. I think that was a very good get. I love Bowling coming from Houston, Ben Bowling, the linebackers coach, and I love Dunbar coming in. So I really am surprised that we were able to get some of the names that we got. Now they're not big names, but Dunbar's a very good defensive line coach. We were very good with him here. Pittsburgh's always has a good defensive front. Bowling came from Houston, who had the best linebacker core, and most importantly, a young linebacking core. So that is something that I think we plan on having, right? Whether it's McDonald stays and he's outside linebacker, Reese, Osai is still young. I know Demario Davis is older, but I'm somebody who wants to add a middle linebacker, and if it's not this year, it'll be next year. So there's a lot of things to be optimistic about with the coaching staff because I don't think they're as raw or as awful as some of the ones that we brought in last year. But I would have loved it a lot more if this was the staff brought in last year than waiting a year. Glenn calling the plays year 1 would have been a better decision than waiting a year. Like you don't wait until you're painted into a corner to start fighting back. You fight from day 1, in my opinion, because your career is never a given in the NFL. You go with your
100%.
best hand. If the best hand is you calling the plays, you do it. And then if you have someone who separates from the rest of your staff, then you say, "All right, man, I believe in you. You do it," and you can always take it back. But
100%.
I think that was a big mistake, obviously, with the way last year went out.
Yeah, I said it on the show last week that I think for me, I really am intrigued and I liked it a lot was the Alfredo Roberts pick with the tight ends because our tight end room is just and the game itself has just been so bad for so long. And having that individual come from Pittsburgh where they're really well known for tight ends and really utilizing the tight ends, I really want him to do something with them. And that's why I'm also fighting the Sadiq conversation, right? So Sadiq and Taylor, can they use them? Can they utilize them and be able to, because I don't see Sadiq as a tight end. I see Sadiq as a weapon, as a straight weapon, and same thing with Mason Taylor. I think Ruck is more of your traditional dude that could block. That's what he's known for. But I don't know. This year is a really intriguing one coming up. I mean, I don't think any of us is excited, but you kind of see what they're doing and how they're actually trying to build it up finally. And I agree with you. I wish they would have done what they're doing this year, last year. And it's the reason why I kept talking about, who has the more pressure. Was it Tanner? Is it Wilkes? I wish Frank was there year 1. And I wish Duker would have been there, and it was Glenn calling it from jump. But that leads us to the conversation of tonight, that why should we draft these players? And we got a couple of graphics that we're going to put up. I feel like I kind of bunched them up together because they're always the conversation. Either you are a Reese or Styles, or you're a Bain, or you're a Bailey, or you're a Caleb, or you are a Sadiq, or you're a Vega, or you are a Tyson, or you're a Lemon. With all those names that I just stated are the individuals that we're going to talk about. Now, I did leave out Carnell Tate because he really hasn't been talked about. You haven't really heard the New York Jets talk a lot about Carnell Tate and will they take him at 2, et cetera, et cetera. But he is an honorable mention that I feel like I should talk about it really quickly with you. You're at 2, Carnell Tate, or 16. Why would he fit with us? What would he bring? What would he do?
Trying to play by the rules.
It's this. So this is hard, but this is why I know you're the individual that could really break this down, because you've always been the positive one. You've always seemed to find the positive in something, right?
So at 2, you could say that the Jets made enough additions to the team that maybe you can focus on the offense. And if you are, I think Tate would be the best of the bunch to take it to. At 16, I don't think Tate gets anywhere close to that. But
Right.
if Tate is there at 16, you sprint and do cartwheels and you chop off a toe to thank God that he's there at 16. But yeah, I mean, Tate would be a tremendous player to add. I like his abilities. I just think that where we pick is the problem. I don't think he's a problem. I just think where we pick and what our needs are might not align. But if you had a 6 or a 7, or 5, 6, 7 in that range, I think Tate would be at the top of a lot of Jets fans draft wish board. But I just think I just don't think it aligns. Nothing against the player at all. I think he's a very good talent. I think he'll have a tremendous career in the NFL. I just think our position on the board won't align with taking him.
Would he be the wide? I mean, of course, he would be wide receiver 2. He wouldn't compete for that wide receiver 1 with Garrett
For us,
for us. Yep.
different player. Different player. I think he would complement Wilson tremendously. And you need that in this league. You need that 1-2 punch because you can bracket, you can bump at the line, you can move a safety over, you can roll your linebacker coverage out. You can do things to eliminate one guy. Now when you got 2 and they complement one another and they bring different skill sets to the table, that's where coordinators on the defensive side of the ball stay up at night. That's when they're like, okay, if they're in this, how are we going to stop that and also stop that? So it's, you want that embarrassment of riches at weapons because now you're not putting it all on the quarterback. You're relying on your guys to get open. So a Tate Wilson combo with Taylor, with Brees out of the backfield would be the makings of a really fun offense with a guy who's not afraid to throw it. So if you
Which
want to
is
get to a
huge.
modern day NFL offense, you add Tate.
Look at his stats with the Buckeyes. He's gone up every single year. His freshman was 18 receptions, sophomore 52, then his junior 51. He's totaled 121 receptions in totality of his yardage. It's been over 1,800, and he's had 14 total touchdowns. His average per catch is over 15 yards. So yeah, he definitely would complement Garrett. But do you think they would do it? Do you think we would swing at that? I don't think so.
No.
Because of the players that are going to potentially be there. What's your thoughts on that, Snowball?
If we get an offer and we move back, that could be in play.
Yeah.
Right? If the Titans or somebody wants to jump or Cleveland wants to jump, now you're in that range where players are gone. You're probably looking at Styles and Reese being gone, right, guys? And now you're like, okay, we can reassess. We can get a middle linebacker like CJ Allen at 16. Now we're here. We have this, and this. Let's just take the best player on the board, and that might end up being Tate if they so choose to slide back.
What's your thought on that, Snowball?
But taking Tate at 2.
I mean, why would he fit with the New York Jets? That
Like
should be
Nick-
more of the reasoning.
Yeah.
That's the question.
Like Nick said, he compliments Wilson a lot. Again, you have someone who's going to be a contender for toss-up balls, as opposed to Garrett. Garrett Wilson also is a great contender for toss, But like, what I'm saying is, they are good complements, right? They play off of each other. Um, you stated that his stats have been going up every year. I agree with that, but um, to have a 1-2 punch like a lot of other teams have, like we don't have that. So yeah, he would be the ultimate compliment to Garrett Wilson. You know, that's really my biggest take. You guys have said the things that I've been thinking, but that would be my biggest thing. Would just be the compliment to have that 1-2.
Be 1, 2, 3, right? Wilson, Tate, AD Mitchell. Sounds fun.
That's a good core.
Yeah,
With Taylor, with Brees, and then you're still not done potentially adding to the weapons as the draft goes on.
100%. But it's more probably of a trade back scenario, right? If he was to be there, which would make, I guess, sense. I don't know, man. I mean, I've been everywhere, Nick. You know that the draft comes around, and I'm like, oh, I'm all offense because I want to see a scoring. But if I'm gonna get down to it, right, I love defense, man. Defense is where it's at, and this year, there's a lot of guys that are coming out, man. But these are the main individuals, the main four at least, that everybody is like saying this is the perfect guy. This is the reason why. This is why you should do him. No, that guy's bad because he doesn't do this. Oh, he's too stiff. Oh, his bend's not that great. Look, again, man, I have no idea when it comes to any of that. I just see what I'm looking at and then kind of go from there. So you have Baines, Styles, Bailey, and Reese. Okay, I think the biggest argument right now is Reese against Bailey, right? I'm guessing. I would think, right? Maybe, I don't know. So
I think it's more Reese and Bain.
as it should
If
be.
there is a discussion, I think Reese and Bain should be the discussion because I don't think Bailey fits the physicality that they want.
So then,
He's very, very explosive. I get that. But you have a guy already who could be explosive. You need somebody who brings physicality or somebody who you can move around to exploit. All right, go ahead. I'm getting excited talking about defensive players.
So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. All right. And again, to everybody watching Jets Worldwide, make sure you guys hit the like, hit the sub. Tonight's show is why should we draft these players? Why do they fit with the New York Jets? You're at 2, you're at 16, and these are the individuals that you have to pick. Maybe we're in a different, I don't know, different multiverse, right? I see Charles Gorman's inside here, so shout out to Charles Gorman. He got the call. And out of nowhere, we end up going with Sonny Styles, or we end up going with Reese, or Bain, or we go with Bailey, or the other individuals that we have on the other picture that we're going to bring up in a few. But let's talk about Ruben Bain first, right? So his position, he's a defensive end, edge, defensive lineman. He's a Miami Hurricane, 6'3", about 270 pounds. I guess at the combine, I think he weighed at 263, suppose it, or whatever. I don't know. 21 years old. He is an explosive pass rusher, and he has a really great first step. Why? Why does Ruben Bain make you be like, he's the guy? He fits with us. He's going to be a monster, as he said it himself on the combine. Talk to us, Nick.
So if you want the selling point for Bain, the selling point is Bain aligns with the ideology and the impact of what they built this offseason. They traded for Sweat. They bring in Demario Davis. They bring in Kingsley. Their entire mantra of players they've added to the defense have been physically imposing players who love violence. Bain is the most violent guy at the top of this draft. If you want to keep adding to that, and then you want that to be your identity, Bain's the pick. If you just want to say we are going to beat the ever-living crap out of the opponent in the trenches week after week after week, and we are going to bully you in every way, shape, and form. We're going to add Bane. McDonald will be our speed rusher, and that's what we're going to do. So if you want to just solidify physical dominance at the line of scrimmage, Bane's the pick.
Yeah, I like Bane, man. Dude, that dude came onto the combine. He had no shape up, no type of style. He didn't care. He came up there, said, "Look, I'm a monster. You're gonna get somebody that wants to attack. I'm gonna go and give him my all." He's pretty much is a guy that essentially that I like when they're pretty much is like, I let my work do the talking for me. Just to kind of give you guys a little bit of some stats on his career totals over there in Miami. Over 121 tackles, 20 sacks. He was a All-American, and he was the ACC's Defensive Player of the Year 2025. So I would not be mad if we get him. If I'm going to be honest with you, Nick, I'd be like, hell yeah, let's go. Like this guy is going to cause some havoc in there. I didn't care about the whole, his arm length and everything that they were putting out there, where it ended up being like a half an inch difference. I mean, it's all about the, motion of the ocean at times, right? So it depends on how you bend and get in there. But Snowball, Bane, he's there.
Yeah. He's a truck. The man is a truck. He is a wrecking machine. So if you believe anything that Aaron Glenn is saying about, being the most physical, dominant defensive line in the business, Bane's your guy. He's going to run through people. He's going to push them around, even with the short arms. I don't believe the hype about the short arm thing. How much shorter are his arms than the guy he's going against, right? What, an inch? You're talking, we know about inches, right, Johnny? So small. It's not a big distance. So in the game of football, all right, they're gonna whatever shortcoming they can kind of throw towards somebody, they're gonna bring it up. But based on his speed, based on his power, based on his abilities, you saw him at Miami, right? Like, the guy is a wrecking machine. So I would be happy to have him on the Jets. Like, there's no doubt about it. The guy is a great football player. So I don't have anything against Bane. Now, I don't know why. Like, the reason people have him falling in the draft, and it's because of his arm length. Like, you have to look at him as a football player. He's a great football player. So I don't know what the big argument is. Honestly, give me Bane or give me death.
Dude, that's a badass name, Bane too. So, and
Bane took over Gotham. It would be perfect.
Perfect.
Hey, my new dog. We named him
he
Bane.
died within a 2.5 hour span, but still, he took over Gotham.
He had a great plan, though. He had a great plan.
I was born in the darkness.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Right.
Charles Gordon was 69 himself after hearing that.
100%. Yeah, man. He, dude. Wasn't there talks of Aaron Donald having short arms,
Mm-hmm.
and it is crazy that there is the conversation that Bane and Caleb Downs are falling, and they're talking about he's falling to the 16s to the teens, dude. If that was to happen, and we come away with I don't know, I'm just gonna say, let's say Reese and Bane, or Downs and Reese.
I don't think it happens, and I don't think these guys fall. I think that people who talk about the draft for months and months on end, and they start doing these mocks the day that round one ends, they start, or Sunday of NFL draft weekend, they're dropping their 2027 mocks already. There's people who've made mocking and speculation and scouting a year-long job. They get tired of talking about it and mocking the same way. So just to change the discussion point, and don't forget, I say this all the time about Jets fans. If you mock somebody to the Jets that doesn't belong there, we will promote that for you. We will retweet it. We will do videos about it. We will sell for you. You don't even have to pay for advertising. And now multiply that over 32 teams. You play the game when you are that content creator of how do I get the Arizona Cardinals to discuss my mock? Oh, I'm going to give them Ty Simpson at 3. That'll get people in an uproar. So I think that the takes get stale, the takes get old. And to refresh it, I'm going to bump some new guys up. I'm going to drop some guys that have been there just to get that conversation going.
Yeah.
People get bored, Nick. People get bored. I agree.
Well, let's switch it up. All right. Let's go to Sonny Styles. Now, this is Snowball's guy. Snowball is really, really big on Sonny Styles. I am too.
A good guy to
I like Sonny Styles, right? Ohio State, Buckeye, linebacker. Prior to linebacker, he was a safety. He was a safety that transitioned on over to the linebacking position. 6'5", 243 pounds. He's 21 years old. Kid had a monster combine, all right? Stats for himself for the entire collegiate year, or collegiate career of itself with him was at, what did we have him at? I'm throwing a blank. I think, all right, 4 seasons, right? So he had played 53 games. He has about 244 tackles, 9 sacks. 22 of those tackles were for losses, has 1 interception. He led the entire team in tackles in 2025. He has All-American honors. Why would Sonny Styles fit with us?
If you want to play the 3-4 defense and you're going to have a leader with this experience that DeMario Davis has, to bring in Sonny Styles to sit, to learn how to be a professional on, off the field, in the film room, in the weight room, on the practice field, you draft him and you say, DeMario, mentor him. And you don't even have to tell DeMario. He knows the second that he hears that name, that's his job, is to make him the next great Jet linebacker. So Styles' ability is amazing. It would be a massive upgrade from day one from Jamie and Sherwood. And then you have him next to DeMario, teaching him how to read the offenses, playing the chess match, seeing it firsthand and up close day in and day out. You could, he's only got 1 year at linebacker, like you mentioned, Johnny. He's a safety. He converted from safety. So let him learn from the most experienced linebacker in all of football right now. And I think that over the course of time, you'll see that the Jets got a fantastic player who can take the league over and be a top defensive player in the league year after year after year.
Let me ask you this, Nick. I think one of the biggest questions that are out there that, and you're probably the perfect individual to ask. You're the perfect person to ask about this. Dumbify it for us, right? Like, make it as simple for me as you can. For everybody that's watching, guys, again, you guys are watching Jets Worldwide. Make sure you guys hit the like, hit the sub. We got our guy, Nick Shine, is in the building for episode 69. Mr. 69 is in the building here with us, breaking everything down on why should we draft these players. What's the difference between a 3-4 or 4-3? You keep hearing that everywhere. Everybody's saying 4-3, 3-4. What is it? I don't know. Can you let me know? I mean, I know what it is, but I'm being really dumb right now. So please let me know what that is. What's the difference?
So basically, in the 4-3, you'll have 4 defensive linemen. Ideally, you'll have 2 D tackles, 2 edges, and then you'll have your 3 linebackers. And then you'll have your weak, your Mike, and your Sam. And you'll have your strong side linebacker. And basically the responsibilities and what you expect. Like, we saw a very boring 4-3 with Robert Saleh. Some people play very aggressive. So you can have the 4-3 or 3-4 label and run it completely differently. It's basically built to your specifications, right? So that's the generic setup for the 4-3. For the 3-4, you really need to have big, physically dominant guys as your 3 down linemen. You have your nose, you have your 2 defensive ends, and you don't really have speed rushers there. You use your 4 linebackers. Now, the 3-4 could be a very forgotten defense nowadays because most people's defense are nickel in base because so many teams are 3 wide receivers, you know? There's a lot of 11 personnel, and then you match up the 3 receivers with 3 corners. Uh, but in the base 3-4, you have your strong side middle linebacker, which would most likely be Demario Davis. You'd have your weak side middle linebacker, which would be Sherwood as of now, whose job would be to run with the tight ends or the running backs out of the backfield. And then you have your strong outside linebacker who would be up on the line more, and then you'd have your weak side outside linebacker who might just be a straight edge rusher. He might have to drop into coverage at times if you decide to play zone, but your strong side outside linebacker would be matched up on a tight end and at the line, almost converting it to like a 4-3 at times. But the skill sets are different. That's why you hear whenever people go from a 4-3 to 3-4, oh, now we got to change the personnel over. Well, you saw the Jets do that this year with all the people that they brought in. They've changed the personnel, but every person that they brought in for the 3-4 has experience playing a 4-3. So you're going to see them. And one of my favorite expressions of being a coach, people would ask me, what kind of defense do you run? Whatever it takes to win this week, whatever it takes to stop the opponent. And I think that's the beauty in running the hybrid is that you don't have to stay true to who you are. You could stay true to the plan of stopping the opponent and where's their weakness and how can you exploit it.
So if we're going to run quote unquote 3-4 defense, then with the picks that we take in this draft, right? The people that we brought in, like you said, are more attributed towards the 4-3, right? But if you draft somebody, like say we need a linebacker, right? Who in this draft, I mean, who's most suited to what we're going to, if we're going to run a base 3-4, who's most suited to play in that defense?
Reese.
And the reason for that is
Reese, out of these options, Reese is the best for the 3-4 because he can convert into the 3-3-5. He can convert to the 4-3. He can convert, and that's the beauty of him. You know, with Styles, you're taking Demario Davis off the field often. If you have to go nickel and you go to 4-2, or you're pulling Demario Davis off, like what, you know, there's more questions than answers with Styles. But I think with Reese, you can find a home for Reese in every front that you can present and find a way to exploit him.
100%. And this is kind of perfect because I really hope that they do pick up another linebacker in the second round. You know, I'm really, really, really intrigued by the kid out of Texas Tech, Jacob Rodriguez, and what he is able to do once he has you wrapped around. He's always trying to force a turnover. And I feel like we need that, you know, so that'll be intriguing. But so Sonny Styles, he's here. You happy or no?
Yeah, I mean, yes, you're getting, and you know how much I love Georgia and I love CJ Allen, but Styles is clear-cut number one middle linebacker in this draft. It's the gap is wide enough to say that it's comparable to Mendoza to Simpson. And I love CJ Allen, but Styles is that good where it's clear-cut. Like CJ Allen's not getting talked about in the top 5. Styles might go top 5.
True story. Well, let's get into the next one. The other individual that everybody keeps talking about and the whole bend and blah, blah, blah. David Bailey, right? Edge, defensive tech. I did not know that he was at Stanford prior to Texas Tech. I didn't know that. 6'3", 6'4", about 247, 250 pounds is where he ranges around. 22 years old. Got a crazy twitchy first step. He's there. Tell us, why would Bailey fit for what we're trying to do with the New York Jets and this defense that they're trying to make good again?
Well, first things first, I have to comment on this. Get used to the players playing at multiple schools. Uh, College football is ruining college football with this portal, and it's bad for the game. It's bad for the schools. I think it's bad for the players. And I never agree with Nick Saban. You know that, Johnny. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but he made a great point saying that not all these kids make it pro. If you're going from Rutgers to Penn State to Michigan to Alabama, who are you graduating from? Where did you get enough credits to graduate from? So not all of these players, and those are just the big schools, right? Like the Michigan, Alabama. How many players are going from Fresno State to Dayton to, smaller schools that might not get drafted? So I think it's a disservice to their future if you're not a draftable player. But to go with Bailey, if the Jets, what's the selling point for the Jets taking Bailey? You can never have enough pass rushers.
Mm-hmm.
And you can say that the New York Jets brought in enough physically dominant guys in the front, and now having Will McDonald and Bailey coming off the edge or moving Bailey around to free him up through stunts or other types of misleading fronts. You could have a lot of fun with his speed. Yes, he can kill you. He can get upfield. But now, if you don't stop that, all right, now we're going to bring Sherwood up the middle on a blitz. Now we're going to free Will McDonald up on the back end. But now we're going to have Will McDonald do a spin move coming in, and we're going to loop Bailey around from a standing position, and his speed is going to rip around. Now the tackle has to come down on Will McDonald's spin move, and now Bailey's free off the edge. So there's a lot of things that you can do with that type of speed. And this league, for as complex as it is really two things. Once you have the quarterback, it's how do you protect the quarterback and how do you hit the quarterback? And Bailey can get to the quarterback, and you can just build everything around his speed to free him up and allow him to just be a bat out of hell time and time again.
Yeah, I mean, I look at his stats, right? So I see what he's done for his career. When he was in Stanford, right? 46 tackles. Sophomore year, 34, went down, right? Then it went down again his junior. He goes and leaves and goes to Texas Tech, and it just shoots up, man, with 52 tackles and 14 sacks, which is pretty wild in a 1 year what he was doing over there. So yeah, I mean, look, if we end up getting him and he's the guy for us, I'm not going to be mad at it. I mean, you can never have enough edges. I feel like that's always a premium pick, and that's all he's ever played is that position itself, which I like. So again, wouldn't be mad at it. I would get it, but there's going to be a lot of the fan base that's going to be pissed off about it.
Nobody wants Frankie V to be right. Nobody. Nobody wants Frankie to be right. Let's put that out there 100%. Nobody wants Frankie to be right. That's, I think, his stance on Bailey has made people waver from Bailey. Is that fair?
Yeah, I mean,
he's been very aggressive about it instead, and almost like attacking and on the offensive about it.
I mean, you know how it is, though, man. You know how our fan base goes. Is either you're on with us or you're not. It can't be like, dude, I'd be happy with any of these guys. If I'm being honest with you, as long as they hit and they're good for years to come, I could give two shits who the individual is.
I don't care. I've said this for years, right? I always tease Green Bean about this, that he wanted to be right on Mims. He wanted to be right on Yeboah. I don't give a fuck if I'm right or if Snowball's right or Johnny's right or Green Bean's right. I want the Jets to be right. That's the only thing that matters. I was right about everything they did last offseason, and it was a disaster of a year. I said get rid of Rodgers. I said bring in Justin Fields. I said they're going to shop cheap in free agency, and it was an awful year. So it doesn't matter if you're right. We need the Jets to be right.
100%, exactly. Snowball?
I'm Nick Shine, and I support this message.
I just wanted to jump backwards for a minute. So Nick, you said if you have, I'm talking about Sonny Styles. If you have Styles on the field, you said, are you going to sacrifice not having Demario Davis on the field? Why? Pardon my inexperience, but why would that happen?
Well, it depends what type of front they want to run. Like if it's a 4-2, you might want to have Sherwood out there, right? This is if you don't move on from Sherwood. We don't know the domino effect of moves that will happen. You can trade Sherwood after June 1st and save a significant amount of money. That might be something that they try to do. Now, you might go with Osai and McDonald, and then you might have someone else in the middle. You might bring Brownlee in and let Brownlee be there to have Fitzpatrick in the nickel with Stevens and AZ Thomas on the outside. Like, you have a lot of options. So I think throughout the course of time, Styles would elevate into being the guy out there. But I don't know if you just anoint him that from day one. I think you let him earn his stripes.
Okay, good point. I was just asking because I
Different
wasn't
fronts
really sure.
Call for different personnel. You know,
Right.
just like how they substitute on offense, like you substitute on defense a lot. And I don't know if having your two middle linebackers out there all the time would be something that they do. But I'm not sacrificing Demario Davis. You know, if it's 3rd and 15 and you're better off with speed and at his age, sure, you put Styles in and say, Demario, like, and normally you don't take your middle linebacker and captain off the field. But 3rd and longs, I'd rather have Styles dropping back into coverage and covering a tight end or a seam route than Demario trying to do it at his age.
So would drafting Styles put Sherwood in jeopardy?
Yes.
Do you think that would?
Yes. Because
Yeah.
I'm not going to lock up Styles at number 2 with that contract, $14 million a year, with Sherwood with $14 million a year, and now with Davis and his contract. I would move on from Sherwood and let Styles just get more reps and more time with Davis, and let Styles be the one asking Demario Davis every question he wants, and Sherwood not taking time from him.
Okay, sounds good. But what question am I answering, Johnny?
Bailey's there.
Yeah. Am I taking Bailey, or what are the positive attributes of David Bailey? All right.
I mean, do you like it? Like, sell me on it. We got him. That's your guy. He's been the individual you've been wanting the entire draft.
I mean, yeah. I mean, just look at the amount of sacks that the guy can total up, right? But again, he has to be in the right situation. I don't know, and I hate to be I'm trying to stay positive, but the positions that like the way that our defense is going, for me, Bailey doesn't fit the bill. You know, like I don't know if he's built for our team, but if we were to take him, you know, the scenarios that were described before, what do they call it when you have a bunch of defensive, a muddle defense? Is it called a muddle defense, where a bunch of guys are just standing around and kind of like?
Oh, that was the Rex Ryan defense, yeah.
Right.
Where they would all just walk around and you didn't know who was coming in and who was
right?
dropping.
I would see that being a type of defense where he would possibly excel, like being able to like move and not be in a play, like you don't know where he's coming from. That might be a fun thing to do with him. So his speed and the amount of sacks that he can rack up would be my positives for David Bailey.
Yeah, I think, you know, and I know we're saying positive and everything, but when you look at the stats from Stanford, then when he moved on over to Texas Tech and it just ballooned up, does that worry you? Right? Like, now I'm not, you know, I know that this whole show is about being positive and everything, but seeing those stats for me, and I saw that, I was like, he declined every year, dude, from a freshman to there until he went to Texas Tech. Post transfer, that he ended up being a dominant pass rusher. I mean, you saw it. It went and ballooned up, product of where he was at. So you're kind of hitting right on it, Snowball, and what you're talking about in regards. It's an environment, but that could be said about anybody, right, Nick? I mean, I don't know. Look, would I be upset if we got him? No, because I have to hope that this organization knows what they're doing. They're going to utilize him the right way, and he excels here, and he does really good for us.
Yeah, he out of his 14 and a half sacks this year, he had 7 in a 3-game span, against 2 against Houston, 3 against Kansas, 2 against Arizona State. He only had 2 sacks over his last 5 games, but that was when the competition got a little better.
Mhm.
You know, he played Oregon. They played West Virginia. You know, they played. He beat the crap out of some teams. Now, obviously, as you get into the football playoff, competition is better, but he still was able to get a sack in that game.
Mhm.
I think when you're at it, when you're on a team and that team is winning, as we've been saying about Will McDonald, you have more pass rush opportunities because you're
100%.
up. And this is where a speedster, it's his time to shine, pun intended. Uh, but when you're at Stanford, you might not have, you know, I don't know Stanford's win. Oh, they only won 3 games in 24. They won 2 games in 23. They won 1 game in 22. So you're not getting 4 quarters of pass rushing when you're getting your teeth kicked in week after week after week. So, you know, the argument for Bailey could be the argument that we've had about Will McDonald, right? When you have a lead, this is a guy that can be an impact player. When you have a lead, speed can be the great neutralizer. When the opposition has to throw the ball, they got to go shotgun, and your offensive linemen are getting tired. Guys like Bailey and McDonald are still fresh. So,
Mhm.
the close the book on Bailey. Tremendous threat off the edge. You've bulked up enough in the middle in the trenches that should free him and Will up to have one-on-one opportunities. And if you have that speed, you have a great pass rushing combo. And if you get them going upfield and they got to step up, now you got other guys who can collapse the pocket and capitalize. And we don't have to watch bitch ass Josh Allen run around anymore. Hit him and watch him attempt at flopping, which should be a penalty, by the way.
Dude, how frustrating was it seeing him do that this year against us? And I was like,
He's
suck,
LeBron
man.
of the NFL. Wants to be great, but gets a chance to lay on his back. He's not passing it up. Hashtag Michael B. Jordan smashed your girl in a movie.
True story. Hey, so let's get into the other guy. Dude, there's a lot of Buckeyes, man. A lot of
What?
Buckeyes.
No, did he?
Oh yeah. Oh, Diddy every day. Take that, bad boy,
The
bad boy.
episode. Let it ride,
This
bro.
is episode 69,
It's
man. I mean, we have
69.
to. We have to.
Let's get into the other guy. Clip it.
Let's get into the other manly man, the youngest of them all, right? He's 20 years old. 20, okay? 20. Reese, right? The linebacker, Buckeye, 6'4, 241 pounds. This kid is. I would love there was some way that we could get Reese and Styles, right? And keep them there together because them cats as a tandem together was, dude, they looked so good, bro. He would cause havoc and then you would see Styles finish it. And imagine they bring that over here to us. But, anyways, this is about Reese and Reese only, right? Career total 112 tackles, 7 sacks. 13 of those tackles were for losses. He was a big breakout star in 2025. Talk to me, Nick, right? Sell me on him. Why is Reese the guy? Chat has been going off tonight about Reese. You guys weigh in as well. Let us know why Reese. But Nick, tell me, Reese.
I was waiting for my dryer to end. Samsung plays like a fucking 30-second infomercial every time the dryer ends. It's ridiculous. There's no way to stop it either. All right. Number one, let's start this off. When we drafted Will McDonald, I was doing a show with Gino, Italy Jet fan. And he was like, "What do you think?" And we both sat there in silence for 15 seconds. And then I finally just go, "All right, I'm going to be positive. I love McDonald's and had a lot of it throughout my life. I love Reese's Pieces. I love Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. I love everything Reese's. So to celebrate sacks from Reese would be just chocolate and peanut butter, which is fantastic. But getting into him as a player, everything you've done, and now the selling point on Reese, right? Because for those of you watching or coming in late, it's no negative. It's create a selling point for each player on why it would work for the Jets. This is a guy that you can move around all over the field. This is a guy that you can hide, you can disguise, you can free up, you can allow him to rush. You hope the career trajectory is Micah Parsons. Micah
Mhm.
Parsons was supposed to be an off-ball linebacker. After 1 year, Dallas was like, Micah Parsons, you're just gonna you bulk up, you put your hand in the grass, and you just go. You're gonna be an every down edge player for us. The career trajectory for Reese would be to be Parsons, but can we break the mold and does not have the Jets do what Dallas did and what the Jets have done? Get a great player and just not trade him away? That would be fun. To like sign an extension and actually stay here for the length of it. Talking to you, Muhammad Wilkerson. Talking to you, Quinnen Williams. Talking to you, Sauce Gardner. Garrett Wilson, to be determined. But Reese is a jack of all trades.
Mhm.
And Reese was on such a good, dominant defense at Ohio State that he didn't have to do everything every week. He could do whatever the game plan called for. You need him to cover someone? Check. You need him to spy? Check. You need him to pass rush? Check. You need him to drop in coverage? Check. And that would be the beauty of having Reese in this hybrid defense is he is the hybrid player. So if you want to build this and you want to have the what the F are the Jets going to do now? He's there. Oh, we've seen him there. They've done this, and now you do something different. You got to keep him guessing. You can't be predictable in the NFL. And Reese would create a lot of questions for the offense, the offensive lineman, and the quarterback. And he could bring pressure. He could create others to have pressure opportunities by his pure existence. And I think Reese is the best selling point. And I think Reese will end up the pick if we stay at number 2.
Dude, I look, I'm
But
always
Clancy thinks I don't want him.
dude, I like every day it always switches for me, but then some way or somehow it's like I'm like, damn, Reese, the age, the way they could play him, you could just see him everywhere, dude. Just imagine he's at one side and he's like, you know what? I don't like it right now. Let me just boom and put him over there. What they could do with this kid, it's super intriguing. A game changer. He's going to change. There's gonna be so much game planning on this individual. Like, why not? I would again, any of these 4 we get them, I'm not upset. But the 2 that I'm like jumping like crazy, it's going to be Reese Styles for me. And
Power rank 'em. Let me throw a question to you guys real quick. As a show host, sometimes you just go off the cuff here. Power rank them 1 to 4, both of you guys. Like your level of excitement, not who you think they take. Your level of excitement as a fan. Power rank these guys.
1 for Reese.
Agreed.
Snowball, you're gonna be like, what?
No,
I'm
I
gonna-
never am amazed. I'm never bewildered by what you say. Go ahead.
2 for Bane. I love Bane from the very beginning, man. 3, and then of course is Styles, and then 4 is gonna be Bailey for myself. Dude,
Snowball?
I like Reese a lot. Snowball?
Yeah. One is listen. It depends on what's today, Friday, right?
Yep.
It depends on the day, honestly. But definitely Reese for his versatility is 1, right? Like for him to be the ultimate chess piece and be able to put him wherever you want on the field. I want to say that it's a if we're going with what the Jets, I'm not going to even. If we're going with what the Jets want to do, Bailey and Bane are like a 2 split, right? I would say I would have to put Bane at 2. I'm gonna have Styles be last in this list at this point because Bailey
Really?
would be Bailey would be 3, and then but just based on usage, right? Based on usage. The only thing that really makes me want to sway in a certain direction with Sonny Styles is his brains, right? Like he is a very smart player, right? And I think his
Which
brains
will
can
only improve with the Mario Davis mentoring, right?
right, yeah. So I like the smarts of Styles, being that he's that intelligent. I listened to his combine interview and I was just like, wow, I'm like, just draft this guy, because the way he spoke about, dissecting offenses and stuff, I mean, he was incredible. But all right, so I'm rearranging. It's
It's
Reese.
minute to minute, right?
Yeah, it's Reese, it's Bane, it's Styles, it's Bailey. That's the way I'm gonna make it fall.
All right.
Nick,
I'm gonna go Reese, Styles, Bane, Bailey.
100%.
We all did it different.
We definitely did. I mean,
There's
that's
one thing in common though.
Reese,
One.
Reese.
Yeah.
Reese.
right?
If Reese can be what everyone is projecting Reese to be,
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about an electric player who can change the game on the field at any time. Now, I know the downside is he doesn't get the turnovers, but he wasn't asked to be that guy. He can do whatever you ask him to do. If you tell him go rush the passer and tell him, hey, we need you to knock the ball out here, I don't think he'll have an issue learning how to do the LT swipe and come around and knock the ball out and make Josh Allen cry grown man bitch tears, which is what he does best because he can't win in January.
Yeah, I
Josh Allen, really do.
dude, I tell you, man, like it keeps going and changing for me so much between Reese and Styles, and it's just like I could tell you why I really like Styles. I like the dude. Dude, can you imagine this guy's 6'5", right? He's playing linebacker there, and he's just jumping between passing lanes, bro. And he just puts an arm out and knocks the ball or hope that he intercepts. If you talk about anything about this game, it's so bad because I'm like trying to be calm while I'm watching this game right now.
Hey, guys, I might have to leave the show early because outside there's a warning of a red storm rolling through. So just a heads up, I might have to leave early. I don't own anything red, but tonight, all red, baby. They're up by 9. For the record.
Anyways, let's get into the next guys. All right, we don't want to talk about basketball right
While
now.
we switch, if you are watching for the first time, hi there. I'm Snowball. That's Nick Shine. And the guy down the bottom, that's Johnny Balls. We are Jets Worldwide, minus Nick. But for tonight, Nick is an honorary member of the Jets Worldwide community and our family, but he is all the time. If you have not hit the like button yet, please do. If you have not subscribed yet, consider it. Consider it strongly, because we will be picking a winner for now the mystery box is gone and all prizes have been revealed. So stick around and you may be in on the raffle for the Jets Worldwide mystery box contents. So take it away, Johnny.
And guys, I'll tell you this much: if you guys have not been watching the Nick Shine show, what are you guys doing? Where have you guys been living? I mean, this guy, I remember following Nick long time ago, and it's just you always knew he had it. It was there, and he just kept going up and kept going up. But go check him out. It is in the description. We've made it as simple as we can. Literally, it's a click away. Takes you right on over to his page. Go check him out, guys. He does really great work. What were you saying, Nick?
And we've entered the 69th minute on the 69th show. Also, to tie this pretty little joke together that I was clamoring to do about 40 seconds ago, the mystery box is also called the backboard, which doesn't look like Duke knows how to utilize tonight. F all things Duke and their fans.
Hey, you know what? When we were like, oh, the episode 69, right? And I was like, oh, please don't let Duke play tonight. When we have Nick on, please don't let him have it on. And I was like, shit.
Don't let Nick on if Duke wins.
Hey, but let's go on over.
I'm thankful for both of you for having me. This is fun.
No, this is great, man. We appreciate you coming on. We talk we get really into the Jets scenarios that are going on. I mean, these are the guys that everybody's fighting amongst each other. And let's be honest with it. Whoever we pick, I just want them to get it right. Like the guys have to be impact players day one. But let's switch it up. You got Downs, Sadiq, Tyson, Lemon, and I'm not going to pronounce his last name, but I'm just going to call him Vega. All right. If our guy Valentine is looking right now, right? If you guys don't know who we're talking about, Leo Valentine, he's a comedian that's out here doing his thing. Hood Tech, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's exactly who he looks like. Okay.
His
And how
new
about
nickname is Vega.
Method Man in the middle row on the bottom from Tikal?
It's a true story.
That's
True
Coolio.
story. But let's get into it. Black Gypsy, this one's for you, man. If you're here watching, this is for you. This is the only one that I heard this time around in the draft that had the tag generational. You know, Nick, they always throw that out there. Generational, generational, generational. Caleb Downs has been the only one that's had that connected to his name during this whole process. The kid is electric. The kid is everywhere. I swear every single time wherever the ball was, he was there already, just waiting to pounce. Okay. They were like, you don't take a safety at 2. I'm one of those guys that the hell with it. If you guys believe in him so much and you think he's your guy, go for it. Okay. 6 feet, about 205, 206 pounds, 21 years old, right? Ohio State. He did play in Alabama, though. I'm not sure if a lot of people knew that. Career totals, 44 starts, 256 tackles, 163 of them were solo. Okay. That's an insane amount of tackles. Okay. Multiple All-American honors, and he's just generational. Talk to me, Nick. Okay. Why Caleb Downs fits with the New York Jets? Sell me on Caleb Downs.
All right. A little surprised Downs wasn't in the 2 group, but I know the issues that came out of the combine, which have been shunned, I believe, by his group with the pro day. And if Downs even gets past the Bengals at 10, I think Muji's on the phone. It might even be sooner. When you have these embarrassment of riches that the Jets have with their draft capital, you go and get game-changing talent. And if you were to add Reese and then Downs, you're in a really good situation. You're adding possibly the 2 best players in the draft. Now, positional importance and positional value factor in, right? Like Ed Reed went in the 20s. Everyone knew Ed Reed was going to be great. Troy Polamalu went later. You don't see safeties. Brian Branch went, I think, round 2, right? You see that safeties will slide because there is a belief, and I am not 100% on this belief, but part of me believes that if you have great players in front of the safety, a lot of players in the NFL can make the plays. But Downs is different. And Downs is somebody that if the Jets were to add with Reese in the scenario that we all said Reese is 1, so Reese would be the pick at 2, right? To add Downs with him. Now, I know you added Belton. I know you added Cisco. Fitzpatrick can play nickel. Brownlee can play nickel. And now you can put Downs out there to just be on the back end of this defense and take it over. And if you have Reese up front and you have Demario Davis calling it and you have Downs maneuvering everywhere and you have Minka now mentoring Downs to be that do-it-all type of safety, whether it's coverage, whether it's a pass playing deep center field, whether it's coming up and run support, whether it's blitzing and allow him to be one-on-one with a running back on a flare, which the Jets get killed on all the time. You take that. You take that and you don't look back, and you just be happy that you added potentially the 2 best players in the entire draft. So if you want to go big game hunting, which they're not doing in free agency, they're going to do in the draft, you maneuver and you find a way to make this happen, and you don't wait for 16 with Downs, because I don't think that would be the case. But I love Downs the player, but I think it fits what I said about Tate. Where we pick is the problem, not the player. If we had picks at 5 and 8, it could be Tate and Downs would be the combo. So I love Downs the talent. I hope he's not in Miami. I hope this is not somebody that we have to see time and time again. I hope that they take offense and maybe a slide happens, and Dallas at 12 is like, hey, you know what? We gave the Jets the pick for Quinnen. We'd like to get that pick back. Why don't they give us 44 back and we'll slide back? Give us 16 and 44 and we'll go back to 12 from 12. But yeah, I love Downs. And if there's a scenario where he gets to double digits, you have to be panicking and calling. He's worth an overpay. That's how good he is. I don't even care about the draft value chart. Get the goddamn player. And we won't care that we gave up a 2026 4 or 3 on top of 16 and 44. Do whatever it takes to get him if there's a little bit of a slide.
Yeah, dude, again, man, this guy is not talked about enough that I feel like he does not get his due, man. This kid is electric, dude. Like, you saw him everywhere. But he would shoot the gaps, right? And he had you in his sights. He did not miss the tackle. He wrapped you and knocked you to the ground. Okay. If he wanted to lay a hit stick on you, he laid a hit stick on you, and he has it all. They're comparing this kid to, the unicorn and Kyle Hamilton. They're saying that probably the best prospect they've seen since him. I feel like he's better, So again, the one thing that with him, he just has a knack of always being around the ball. And when he shoots those gaps, bro, it looks so clean. I know a lot of the questions that have been out there have been does this individual help you win games? Hell yes, 100%. Okay, I think this kid is able to change a game for you. Okay, you could send this kid with an elaborate blitz that they won't see coming, and he's going to get to his target. Okay, he does not miss.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
It's a domino effect of positivity. Downs play recognizing what's going to happen, jumping around, makes the quarterback hold it for a split second more. McDonald gets home, sack, fumble, we scoop. Downs doesn't get credit for the play statistically, but his play recognition, the fact that he takes the swing pass away because he comes flying up and then you get a blindside hit. Downs' IQ is so high and his playmaking ability might not make the play, but the fear he will strike into the offense with his playmaking ability, because I saw Billy SBC's comment too, he will make this team better. He will be impactful.
He does the stuff
he does
that
shit
is
nobody else can do. Just to be absolutely
exactly.
blunt. He might not make the play, but he will stop the play from what they want to do, allowing other Jets to then make the play and allowing the other team to shit the bed, like we've watched our Jets offense do so many times.
100%. It's dude. He's a game changer. Okay, he will change the game for every other team that's playing against him. Like, you have to account for this individual because he's just that good.
Watch Brian Branch. Watch Hamilton on the Ravens. Watch Ed Reed back in the day. Watch Palomalu. I don't think it's crazy to put Downs on the level of these guys, and he'll be there before the end of September. I think this kid is tremendous. Again, 2 and 16 is the problem, not the player.
True story.
And
Yeah.
I got
Robo?
Black Gypsy to enjoy my commentary. So tonight is a tremendous episode. Thank you for having me, gentlemen.
Hey. Episode 69, Jets
Right.
Worldwide with the great Nick
For
Shine
those
from
who
the Nick
missed it
Shine Show.
earlier. Oh,
That's right.
hey. Oh,
Come
yeah,
on,
what's up,
baby.
everybody? Ooh,
Hold on.
69, right
Everybody wants
Hold
to be
on.
upside down with Nick.
Oh,
Wait.
damn it. I was trying to give
There
you
you
your
go.
birthday
There you go.
gift.
Oh,
Oh no,
No,
go back. Go
Robo's
back.
being ungrateful. Now he doesn't get it.
It's-
He's being ungrateful.
me?
You're like, I don't want a 69 with Nick. It's your birthday. Let me celebrate how I want.
Listen, on the talk about downs, I think the Jets are looking for people who will hit the field immediately in this draft, and Downs is the guy, right? If you want someone to make an impact from day one, I think Downs is the person to choose. Excuse me, hold on a sec. Do you hear the coughing in the background?
No.
No, good.
Coughing or dog
Okay.
barking?
No, coughing. Anyway, yeah, Downs is my guy. If you want an impact player from day one, Caleb Downs, definitely. Like everything, I hate going last because all the good points have been
Hold on.
taken. Can we do
Turn
this?
your head right. Cough. All right, you're good.
All right. Thank you. I needed that. But yeah, if you talk about impact player from day one, it's going to be Caleb Downs, and him, like you said, being mentored by Fitzpatrick, I think would be an ultimate plus for him. I mean, with his experience, being able to tell Downs like how to play off of whatever it is that the offense is dishing out. I think Fitzpatrick has the knowledge to bring Downs again to another level. So if you don't think that he's like there yet, like you said, by the end of September, he might be one of our best players. So I'm with it. I'm down with Downs, and let's move forward.
Yeah, he's going to be a impactful player off the jump. Like this kid is just going to be that good from the rip. I feel like a lot of these guys that we're talking about have to be that regardless. Okay, like they have to hit. The Jets need to continue to keep hitting on this. So I'm pretty sure I think Nick is seeing the score of the game right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and talk about.
No, I had an idea to download a picture of Corky from Life Goes On and post it in my Discord saying I'm down with Downs.
Hey,
That's what my face was doing.
hey,
That's how you see the life and the brain of Nick Shine come to life.
Mm.
does he make? I'm asked Snowball first, and and Nick to you as well. Does Caleb Downs make your defense better?
Yes. Next.
Yeah,
Of course.
he can make it elite.
Exactly.
course.
So, all right. Next, Nick, talk to us. We're switching over now. We talked about all defense. We have to have, and we need to talk a little bit about some offense. All right.
Ooh.
I know. Oregon. I don't see him as a tight end. I see him as a weapon. Okay. This kid is Kenyon Sadiq, 6'3", about 245 pounds. A huge combine. All right. Huge combine in what he had. He has it. I'm gonna say the career stats though. Okay. 3 seasons. This is what everybody's been arguing about with this individual. But Nick, I want you to sell me on Kenyon Sadiq. Okay. His career total, 3 seasons with the Ducks, 80 receptions, 892 yards. That was about an average per catch of over 11.2 yards, 11 touchdowns. He does have some rushing capability. So those end arounds are there with this guy. He is and will be a very strong red zone threat. Okay. and he was a Mackey Award finalist in 2025. Sadiq, talk to me, Nick, about him. Where does he fit? What would we utilize him? Does he impact the New York Jets day one coming in?
100%. I like to play power football, and you can present mismatches with your 12 personnel, and you can bring him and Taylor in together, and you have a veteran like Gino who could then check out of the plays into the more favorable matchups. Now, Sadiq ran a 4.39. That's not a tight end. Kyle Brady was running like 4.8. Like, this is not your grandfather's tight end group, right? This is a walking mismatch. The NFL, as complex as it is, it can be simplified. Can you stop my guy? And how many of your guys does it take to stop my guy? Because I got other guys. Now, if you'd miss out on the 3 receivers, and you could even take Sadiq over Lemon or Tyson, in my opinion.
I agree with you on
think
that.
the matchup that he creates is more problematic than other players. Now, staying positive, just selling Sadiq, which is the whole point of the show. Sadiq creates more problems. Sadiq's ability to complement Taylor, having a quarterback like Gino who will throw the damn ball downfield. I came across a video today on Instagram, and it was the highlights from Justin Fields in week 1 against Pittsburgh, and he hit Taylor on like a 15-yard, like down and out. Okay. So wait, maybe Angstran's system wasn't so bad. Maybe when the quarterback was just competent to throw the ball downfield, things looked really good. Now you have a quarterback who will throw the ball downfield time and time again. What do? Okay. You bring in more weapons who create mismatches. If you can win in the middle of the field, you open everything up on the outside. Breaking news, Garrett Wilson can be really good on the outside. When you have Taylor, Sadiq, you motion them. You can run. You could do play action. You could do drags. It opens up your playbook to dominate from sideline to sideline and not just throw 3-yard hitches to Garrett Wilson like we saw during the 2024 season. So Sadiq would be a weapon that adds to this offense and would be a tremendous, tremendous addition. If you want to go offense, Sadiq very well could be the pick at 16, and I don't care what other wide receiver is there.
Dude, I'm in agreement with you, man. I mean, dude, this guy, imagine they have it there. Mason Taylor, Sadiq, we're in the red zone. They're causing havoc, bro. Sadiq is a match nightmare, man. Like, you try to put, is he gonna burn a linebacker? Fuck yes, he is. I mean, you saw the speed on there. The kid is good, right? But he's a tight end, right? He needs to block and all that. Nick, is he gonna be the tight end that's gonna block for you? I hope not. I don't want use that dude as a weapon, man. Get him, open it up for everybody else. It's gonna happen.
He'll block well enough. He's not Mark Bavaro. He's not Kyle Brady. He's not oh my God. Why am I drawing a blank?
Jeff Cumberland.
Kellen Winslow.
Anthony Becht. I drew a blank on Becht for a second there. He's not these big, stoic tight ends that the Jets have had and that you've seen throughout the league. But he's physical. He's physical, and he will not shy away from it. You know, I think that him and Taylor would suffice. But if you have an elite all-around weapon, you find ways. You let him chip. You let him throw his shoulder in at a guy just to slow him down. You don't put him in situations to do things he's not capable of doing. You devise your scheme and your utilization to benefit the team and the player, and you don't put him in situations to fail. That's the beauty of a coach as well. You don't just draw up plays for guys to run routes. How do we make this run play work? How do we block TJ Watt on the back end? How do we block Gregory Rousseau from tearing this up and smashing down the line? Oh, we could chip Sadiq here. And then when you run that play, and then you run that play, and they're going to try to crash hard on that play because they see it coming again. You bootleg it, you sneak out, you hit Sadiq in wide open field, and he goes 45 yards for a touchdown.
Imagine.
You build your scheme to what you want to do, and also to take advantage of the defense stopping it. And Sadiq would be able. Remember when Sean Payton found out that Houston was taking Mario Williams, right?
Mhm.
Or was it Clowney? They took Clowney, right? And then, or was it Mario Williams? And then he was getting Reggie Bush. They found out that they were out to eat. He started drawing up plays for Reggie Bush immediately on pen and paper that night because he knew he had a walking mismatch. And that's what Sadiq would be.
Imagine him, like they put him out there, and you think he's blocking, then he just
Yeah.
let it go, and he could take it to the house.
Yeah. Linebackers,
And
not many linebackers will be able to run with it.
it,
And if
there's
you get that, you down block and release, you chip and
Oof.
release.
Yeah, man.
And now you send Mitchell from the slot straight up the middle of the field to consume the safety. And then you send Garrett on a slant to consume the corner. And now you get Sadiq one-on-one in the open field. How many times have we seen Dawson Knox or the other tight end they got up there in Buffalo just be wide open because we're so worried about stopping the middle of the field? Now you got a player who can go from the inside to the outside, shout out Kyle Clifton, and get him out in space.
100%.
Yes.
Snowball.
Sadiq would allow us to do to other teams that other teams have done to us for 1,000 times. Yeah, he's that versatile player. And I've been watching the chat, and Black Gypsy was on it. Just to have that chip and slip, right? Just chip, slip out, catch the ball, take off. Like amazing, good stuff. Yeah, Sadiq is good. The only thing that I heard with Sadiq is like, doesn't he have short arms too? Doesn't he have short arms also?
I'm not worried about that at
for,
tight end.
for a tight end?
The short arm thing is because when edge rushers go up against tackles, a lot of the time, whoever makes the contact first wins. So if you have the longer arm and you're an edge rusher and you can make that impact and you can make that first strike or blow to the offensive tackle's outside arm, you now control him. But if he's allowed to get in there and get with you, most of the time he controls you. But as a tight end, I don't care.
Doesn't matter.
I don't care about the arm length as much there.
I was just being facetious.
No, I got
you.
Yeah, dude, and just imagine they also could use them in like we're the New York Jets. We never do jet sweeps, right? End around, like they tried it just never would work. This kid gives you that, and he's able to because of that speed that he has. It's again, they get this guy. I'm not upset about it. I'm liking it, a lot. The biggest I think that individuals need to get out of their mind is that whole like old school traditional type of tight end. And Nick, and you said it, what they have over there with the Bills, with Knox and whatever the other.
I can't think of his name. I can't think of his name.
Gesky? Is it Gesky?
No.
Anyways, chat, if you guys are help us, because I'm throwing a blank with the other Bills tight end as well. So he is crazy athletic, dude. That dude, like all muscle.
Dalton Kincaid.
Dalton
Kincaid. When I looked up, Scott had a type there.
Shout out to Scott. Yeah, again, he is another one that you get him, he changes.
Yeah,
he changes your team instantly itself. The hope is
running the ball so much that you have to stop it, and now you do the slip out routes, and now you do the play action and drag underneath, and it would be a play designer and a play caller's dream to have Taylor and Sadiq who could start in the middle of the field and end up anywhere on the field, including 20-yard routes downfield.
Oh, let's go, man. Hey, Nick, I'm not gonna front, man. Talking about all of this and being just straight positive with it, right? It's getting me hyped up for the draft, man, because you could see it's saying that us in the chat, and big shout out again to everybody in the chat. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us on the Friday night, 7:30, episode number 69 with our guy Nick Shine. But being able to talk and kind of really breaking down a lot of these players itself, you could see how they really would fit with the Jets. It's the hope is that Frank utilizes a kid like Sadiq, right? Alfredo uses him and is really, really, really able to fully open up the playbook. And the one individual that I'm excited about that I think is one of the conversations that's not being talked about is the marriage between Frank and Seth Ryan, where Seth Ryan is the younger pass coordinator that is going to give him some better type of plays out there that are more newer in the NFL, right? That are a little bit more innovating. That's going to be hopefully for us. Yeah, let's go. And Sadiq will be able to open up a lot of those plays for you. But let's get into some wide receiver conversation, okay? So Jordan Tyson, Arizona State Sun Devil. He transferred over from Colorado. 6'2", about 203 pounds, 21. Super smooth, explosive. We have to be positive. So I'm trying to put my brain out to say what I want to say right now, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna go do laundry when you call on me because I can't.
I
don't
know.
I'll
I
try my
know.
best. It might.
know.
I'm not going to be passionate. I will be very brief with this one. I promise you. Also, with it being episode 69, shout out to St. John's who has 69 points because they're fucking all of us right now, but they're down by 3.
Hey, let's go. Shout out to the Blue Devils. But career totals, 33 games. Okay. He has 158 receptions, 2,282 yards. Per catch, it was 14 yards in average, 22 touchdowns. Huge, huge, huge big play ability. And he did really well, especially once he left Colorado and went over to Arizona. Let's talk about it, Nick. Tell me, we need a wide receiver. We're needing another wide receiver, right? You got this kid that has 158 receptions, 2,200 yards, 22 touchdowns, and he's done this in 1, 2, 3 years.
Nick looks upset. He's upset.
Let me give it a snowball because he did say earlier that by the time we got to snowball, it was all the points were taken. So snowball, Jordan Tyson.
I'm looking at his production over from 23 to 25, right? Being at Colorado and then going over to what is it, Arizona State?
Yep.
So, like you have to. The numbers look enticing, right? You would think that the numbers would look enticing.
I like that.
Enticing. Right?
Uh,
You like the way I Tyson it.
That's good. That's
the way I worked at it. Thank you. I'm a little bit of a wordsmith every once in a while. But they say that he has a big play ability and a consistent producer post-transfer. Arizona State, did they, what was the deal? Why was the production so high with Arizona State? I don't know. I have no idea why, but if you listen to Dom C, right, and I'm sure a lot of people who are in the chat and people who will be listening to this post live, they probably listen to Dom C. He touts Jordan Tyson as his favorite receiver. For me, I don't know. I don't know where Tyson really ranks for me. For me, personally, I like Tate and Lemon before I get to Tyson. But I don't know. 2,200 yards is not anything to turn your nose up to. So we do need a wide receiver too. Is Jordan Tyson that guy? I'm not sure yet. I'm really not sure. I'd like to hear what Nick has to say though, because I like his depressed face.
Hey, look, Dom C raves about this guy.
Yes.
All right, he really does. Dom C's been raving about Jordan Tyson. He had his comp to Justin Jefferson. Again, this is the why should we draft Jordan Tyson? Because how does he fit with the Jets? It's all positivity.
I came up with a reason.
Okay.
Workman compensation in New Jersey took a massive hit when Elijah Vera Tucker left. They have all of these funds that they need to give out. Jordan Tyson would fill that role. AVT was picked at 14, similar contracts, similar money week to week on game checks. Jordan Tyson, great talent. But the most important ability is availability. And I can't bring him up without mentioning that, guys. And if it was a guy who never missed a game in college, he would be the number one wide receiver by far. But you can't discuss a player without discussing their availability. We loved AVT. We very rarely got AVT. So I don't know with a regime that needs to win immediately if this would be the player to take. Now, if they were to take him, you are getting a very good talent who comes with a lot of question marks and who comes with a lot of can he, will he? He has more questions than answers. And this is a regime that needs answers and quickly. So I would be excited about the talent of Tyson, but reality would soon set in the first time something cramps up and we're like, so I can't do it. I can't. I know, Johnny, I've done an hour and 42, Johnny, before I slightly said something that's negative, but I can't.
Nick, I'm on the same boat. I'm going to go with you. Okay. Jordan Tyson scares the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
The fact that he already is having a lingering hamstring issue that has been affecting him for a long time. It's not like it just came out of nowhere. It's been going an ongoing thing with him, right? The injuries that he's had to his knee are no joke.
Yeah.
And him coming to that MetLife turf that is infamous for what is taking of a lot of players, man. He's one guy that you could say the upside is there because it is. But shit, he comes with so many question marks, man. So many question marks.
And we need answers. And I don't think that the regime, the head coach, are in a position to draft answers or draft questions. We need plug and play guys that, listen, injuries happen. We're all aware of that. But I think you need to steer clear of a guy who has those questions before getting here, because we don't need the same old Jets. You drafted a guy who you knew got injured, and here he is injured. So I love the talent. And if it's the same thing with AVT, right? What did I say about AVT? If he goes somewhere else, he's going to be great. If we stick with him, he's going to get injured. Same thing will go for Tyson. If we pass on him, he'll go somewhere and be great. If we take him, he'll be on New Jersey workman's compensation week after week. So,
and he's a little goofy looking in that picture, by the way. So, just
all right.
All three guys on the bottom, they're questionable.
Now I don't know, man. Look, we'll talk about him last.
With looks only.
Okay,
looks only.
Dude, he reminds me of Bloodline, Roman Reigns, like all of that. Okay, like, anyways, let's get into the next wide receiver. The guy that is making all the headlines for weird looks. Some people are saying he's a snake charmer, maybe. I don't know. But Makai Lemon, the wide receiver from USC Trojan, 5'11, 190, 295 pounds. He's 21 years old. He's a really elusive slot and can be an outside wide receiving threat himself. Let's go ahead and bring up his actual numbers for what he did when he was over there as a Trojan. Career totals, which are 3 seasons, played 33 games, 137 receptions, over 2,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, and he's had a lot of rushing production, and he's actually returned as well. It's not really being talked about out there for him. So he is kind of like a little bit of a Swiss Army knife there. But Makai Lemon. Nick, talk to me about Makai Lemon. What's your thoughts on him? How does he fit with us? Are you getting zesty with it?
Method Man.
Nice.
It's literally when you said that, that's instantly popped in my
100%.
All right. 77-75. 14 seconds left.
Dude, I am
Be a
over
1-point
here.
game. Sorry, I'm game casting it on CBS Sports.
Ugh.
Don't say
Missed
anything. Just
Missed the second one,
Ugh.
and Duke got the rebound. All right. You can't shoot free throws, you can't win in tournament.
100%.
You're 4 of 8 from the free throw line, and you want to be a big time college program, you're not going to win shoot. I don't care if you've only shot 8 free throws in the game. If you shoot 6 of 8, 75%, which I think should be average, you're tied.
What's your thoughts on people saying all of this stuff to you right now, Nick?
Excuse me for a second. Breaking news. We have a few openings in the Nick Shine Discord. Applications are being accepted to replace these fine gentlemen.
get in the boot.
All right.
So, all right. Lemon. Some of the best wide receivers in NFL history are a little bit mental. And I think that if you have a guy who just doesn't give a shit what people think about him, he knows when he steps on the field, he's going to make plays. I love that mentality of fuck the world, let it burn, I'm going to do me. And Lemon personifies that with his demeanor and with his play. Now, Steve Smith Sr. was like that. Steve Smith Sr. was, I'm going to do me. I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to walk my walk on top of it. And I think Lemon could be a really, really good addition to complement Garrett Wilson, like we said earlier, and I think this is a player who, if added to the New York Jets, would be a fan favorite immediately.
100%.
Because how many people from the tri-state area do you know that just don't give a shit? And when you make the play, we're going to go nuts for you. And Garrett Wilson's the nicest guy in the world. This would be the complete – he's not an asshole, but he's just not the PR finished product that Garrett Wilson is.
Correct.
So it would be a complete polar opposite of who Garrett be. And I think he can make plays. He plays bigger than he is. And that's always something, we come from we had the 3 Smurfs. We had Coles, Corbett, and Moss. None of them were 6 foot. And it's one of the best offenses we've ever watched in Jets history when we had the 3 of them together. So it's a very intriguing player. But and Gypsy said, I'm just here so I don't get fined as Lemon. Yeah, but Marshawn Lynch was pretty goddamn good when he got out on the field. So if you can make plays, you can make plays, and it's a position where you deal with a little bit of awkwardness to get those plays. You don't draft that combine interview as your quarterback, but as a wide receiver, you'd be like, oh, this guy's got something there. He's different. He's built different.
Agreed. Like, I think a lot of this whole combine interview stuff has just been blown up. If you see the kid's production and what he's done over there from when he started to what he ended, it's amazing. And I could give you guys the real quick numbers. His freshman year, 6 receptions, 88 yards, 0 touchdowns. He played in limited games, okay? But he also did return. Sophomore year, he just goes off. 52 receptions, 764 yards, 3 touchdowns, 19 kick returns for 514 yards. All right. Junior, which was last year, 79 receptions, over 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 9 rushes, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 1 returned touchdown as well. So, just like you're saying, Nick, he plays a lot bigger than what people are talking about. And the fact that he's like this, looking at you and like this, first off, what they said to him, right? Because they were talking about his height and his size or whatever, it pissed him off. And I'm going to be honest, it was awesome to see somebody up on the podium and be like, fuck you talking to me like that? Like, dude, I will come down and I will smack the living shit out of you. Okay? Like, you don't know me. Don't disrespect me like that. And how many times, Nick, have we said that we need players like that in the New York Jets? We haven't had that in a while. And you hit with the perfect comp. Steve Smith, bro. It's exactly who he reminds me. Yo, Steve Smith was a dog. All right? He didn't care. That dude would just block the living shit out of you out of nowhere, dude. He was known for him, and Hines Ward were always known for those huge blocks that you would never see coming, man. And Lemon gives you that, and I see that. Very, very intriguing player. I would not be mad if that individual is there for us. And again, I hope that we do utilize him. That wide receiving room goes from Garrett Wilson right now to question marks to Garrett Wilson, Lemon, AD Mitchell. It's a pretty good room, I would say. You know, but Snowball, your thoughts?
I like that he's genuine. I like that Mekhi Lemon is a genuine person. Like Nick said, he's not polished. I'm going to give credit to Nick Shine on the too many nice guys on the team type of a deal. So being that we have too many nice guys on the team, it's nice to have someone. It would be nice to have someone like Mekhi Lemon, where he's not a nice guy. You know, he's like you said, not an asshole, but just not the type of person that we're used to seeing up at the podium. So give me the real Mekhi Lemon. Let him go out there, cause a lot of mismatches, be a sneaky, elusive receiver, and just be the slot receiver that can get the job done. I like the fact that he's good. One thing that I did notice watching him is the amount of times that his rate of separation. I think he's a good player that can create, like I said, mismatches and be able to separate from defenders. So I like him. I like him a lot. And I don't understand the hate for the way he handled his interview. I don't think there was any other way that he really could have done his interview, because he is just who he is. And I appreciate that from him.
Hell yeah. Let's go. All right. And to round it off, this is an intriguing one, okay? And I've been about this guy for a while. I like the dude. Okay. I cannot pronounce his name whatsoever. So I'm going to let Snowball do this one. Snowball, take it away.
Vega. That's it. That's all we're going to say about him. But what is it? Oliva Vega Ione. Whatever.
I thought you would get it because you just came back from Hawaii.
Yeah. But I'm not good like that. I can say Spencer Fano, and I can say Makai Lemon. The other ones I can't say.
100%. All right, so
even Tankathon has him as Viega Leone.
That's it. They don't even want to try.
They don't even put the full name. They just shortened it.
all right, so Vega, right? He's an offensive guard from Penn State, 6'4", 330 pounds. Age, I think he's 21, if I'm not mistaken, right? Dude is a powerhouse. He's powerful, bro. He's powerful. Okay. This kid is a multi-year starter, 50 plus games has already played. He's super durable and he's physical, man. And he does not allow a lot of pressures. He's a big need for a lot of teams. Okay. Nick, talk to me about Vega. Why does Vega fit the New York Jets? Why does it make sense for the New York Jets to get him? And what are the possibilities of having that guy for the future?
Well, the beautiful thing about Vega, he's not one of these soft ass bitches like the Duke fans in the chat. Sorry, had to. I get one. I get one. All right. Also, I'm a Carolina fan. I'm used to like maybe the 2009 team that was winning games by an average of 20.7. So this nail biting shit in the first 3 rounds is just gay. It's for the gays, as Gary would say. Anyway, all right, that's 2. I lied. Now, Vega. Every time the Jets have been good in recent memory, they have been dominant up front. When we had Curtis Martin, when we had Kevin Mawai and others. And then we went to Nick Mangold and Brick and Alan Faneca and Woody and McKenzie. We have been absolutely dominant up front. You have Membu. You have Titman. You have Olu. Not you, Chef Cap. Just Jay and Clancy, really. Not you, Johnny, either. Just Jay and Clancy. That's it. Sorry you guys got grouped into that. My apologies, Chef Kev. Nothing but love for you. You have fed me, and the only thing Clancy and Jay have fed me is shit throughout our time knowing one another. Clancy, they're college kids. They're not golfing. It's the second time you used the joke today, and it's the second time it doesn't make goddamn sense. They're at spring break. God damn it. Now, Vega. The New York Jets offensive line would instantly be a top 5. They would instantly be top 5. And you would have all the makings of your 2027 quarterback getting dropped in behind a finished product where he could succeed. I stand by it to this day. Chad Pennington and Mark Sanchez both succeeded because they had those lines in place and they had the finished products in front of them, and it allowed them to do everything they wanted to do. Sanchez wasn't the greatest, but he was pretty good at play action. Chad Pennington's one of the greatest ever at play action. You can do that with the line. You can do that with the running game. You can do that with the 3 Smurfs at wide receiver, with Coles, Moss, and Corbett, because you have the line that allows you to implement any type of game plan you want. And Vega next to Olu would be amazing. Titman and Membu, amazing. Parham at center, okay, it's not the greatest, but I think it's an upgrade over Myers. And I think Vega would instantaneously be in the talks as one of the best guards in football. And I don't care what people say about, oh, you take how many in the first round? Well, we took AVT in the first round. He's not here. We took Becton in the first round. He's not here. Who cares? You do it till you get it right. And if you can get a physically dominating offensive line that improves from last year, okay. Like you're taking a guy who could be in the conversation at the best in his position 2 months into his career, if not sooner. So if that guy falls to you at 16, that is a gift from the football gods. And the Jets usually don't get gifts. We get curses.
Nick, I'm in agreement with you 100%. Like, I know it's not the sexy pick. I know it's not the one that you can't have so many first picks and the blah blah. Why the fuck not? You're telling me you got the best guard that it's a need that we have right now. You're putting him next to Olu, and then we could potentially finish up the line by getting the centers that are considered the best centers this upcoming in this draft in a maybe a Logan Jones. Oh, you said, you know what? The hell with it. Let's let's get all Penn State guys, and you get the kid Nick Dawkins, the center from Penn State, and you got center Penn State, guard Penn State, tackle Penn State, and you got guys that have been working with each other for a while. The kid that I'm talking about, I don't know if you know that, Nick, but Nick Dawkins is Brian Dawkins' his cousin. But Vega, the trenches are set for years to come. And the other thing too, doesn't the cap go up every single year? So you kind of have staggered essentially the line itself that you could pay these things for years to come if you are able to do it the correct way. Look, it's easier, they say, right, to essentially get a guard later on or whatever but dude, this kid comes in here, you're dominating, man. Dude, Brees Hall is happy as shit. Okay. The dude's happy. He's gonna be like, hell yeah, let's go and let's do it. Build the trenches, build it for a long time. You're set for a while.
Yeah.
If your stuff is 2027 and we're gonna get this rookie quarterback that everybody wants to say, you literally have helped that kid out because you give him this team a whole year to gel together and be ready. So, Snowball.
Look at his picture. He's a grown ass man. Like, honestly, he's a man mover, right? Everything that has been written about him he's just a dominant guard. So why wouldn't you want him on the Jets, right? Like, again, making it so much easier for whatever quarterback you bring in, just to be able to be back in the pocket is a godsend. So yeah, definitely take Vega because he's definitely and where do you think he goes in the draft? Like, he's for me, he's definitely going before 16. I mean,
yeah, I think so.
Right. So either I don't know, either crazy to say take him at 2, right? No one's taking him at 2, but to trade up and get him is a possibility. He would be an excellent complement to the whole thing. Sorry, Mr. Parham, but we got to bring this guy in. So yeah, just a physical specimen, a man mover, a guy who will solidify your line. Now they say that he was better at pass blocking than run blocking. Is that what I'm reading about him? Is he more of a pass blocker than a run blocker?
They're talking about this kid is going to be all pro off rip. Like, that's how good he is.
Yeah.
And maybe they're saying pass blocking, I guess, or whatever, because they have to say something bad, but it was the same thing that was said about Olu when he was coming out,
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I don't know. I'm in favor. I mean, there's not many bad things to say about him, being that they said that he's going to be like
places that he can land. I mean, the Giants with a young quarterback, I don't think they will, but they don't have guards good enough to say no, right? Like they could do it. Cleveland just lost all 5 of their offensive linemen. If you add a player like that, okay, you got other picks to get weapons.
Ravens, I can see.
How about Cincinnati, who can't keep Joe Burrow upright year after
100%.
year? Miami needs an identity there. Baltimore, they need a center or a guard. Tampa Bay needs a guard. There's a lot of people that need a guard before us. So I don't think all 6 of those teams pass on him. But I think that if for some reason he starts to slide, I'd be shocked if he's there come 12. After that Cincinnati and and Miami back to back, I would be shocked if he's still on the board.
I'm looking at the NFL rankings of the teams and biggest needs, and every team before us, besides the Kansas City Chiefs, has O-line as one of their major needs. So
Yeah.
Good luck.
Well, guys, that rounds off the entire talk about the guys that they're trying to talk about at 2-16. We literally went from Bane, Sonny Styles, Bailey, Reese to Downs, Sadiq, Tyson, Lemon, and Vega. At the end of the day, I have to say this. I hope and pray that they get it right. Like, I don't care who they get, but that the guy that they get from the very beginning is good and is going to be an impactful individual from day one.
Yeah.
That's the truth, okay? And this has been an awesome conversation with you guys here.
Mhm.
We come out with any of those two guys, I think I could say I probably would be upset if we got Tyson. I'm not going to even lie there. Like, because of the question mark. But Nick, thank you, man, again for coming on here. Episode 69. I mean, you were the only individual that we were like, he has to be here. He has to be here. Like, this is him. And if anybody does not know our guy Nick Shine, the Nick Shine Show, guys, it is in our description. Go check it out. It's a very quick click, get you right on over to him and sub it up for him. It's really, really, really a awesome show that he does. So
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
You know, but Nick, any of those two guys, any of those two players that we get, you're happy with them?
Yeah, if I had a rank, like here's a scenario. I hit start on a round 1 mock draft, and I think this is a really, really bad scenario for us, right? At 16. 12 went Fieneman, 13 goes Sadiq, 14 goes Lemon, 15 goes Vega. Like that's where I think you see the Jets might have to jump if their wish list starts to, disappear there. It leaves you with the board right now is Monroe Freeling. We don't need a tackle. Jermod McCoy. I like the player, but I think we have bigger needs in corner. CJ Allen, Jordan Tyson, Mesidor, McNeil Warren, Keldrick Falk, Omar Cooper. This might be an area if you don't trade up to get your guy, well, you look to trade out and get down.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, if I'm being honest with myself, Nick, I really feel like they're going to trade out of 2. Like, I really think that they're going to. You're going to see Mooj make some crazy amounts of stuff. Like, and I'm all for it. Like, I really am going into this draft believing in Muji and Glenn and what they're trying to get done, because look what they've done in the draft last year. Look at the players that they've brought over in free agency. It's been the guys that are here that are talking and are trying to get this organization to go up. The end of the day, they got to win, man. They have to win, and we are going to expect a lot more from Glenn this upcoming year as well. Nick, I don't know how much longer we have you.
I'm good. I'm not doing a show, so I'm good to hang.
Okay.
I'm good to hang. Also, I have a treat for you, gentlemen. On my show, at the end, we kick it to what did we learn, and I believe Boomtown has prepared that for later on. So
what?
Yeah, he said learned a lot tonight, which is usually his, slide the offer across the table and see if I take a look. See, so later on, when we do conclude, after the prize and everything, I believe Boomtown will drop some knowledge for everybody.
Oh, you want to?
It's always a treat. He's the best.
Oh my God! Are we gonna get our Virgin cherry pop tonight.
That's it. What did we learn, Cherry Pop?
He's going to type some words, Johnny. I don't know what the hell you're going to do with them once you read them. That's on you, not him.
I'm gonna let Snowball read that one. I feel like I've been going at it, But hey, everybody that's watching, first off, thank you guys so much. You guys are watching Jets Worldwide, wide. Friday night with our guy, episode 69, with the one and only Mr. Nick Shine. We talked about why should the New York Jets draft any of these players, and tonight I could tell you this. We really felt like with any of these players, probably not with Tyson, right? But we would be okay with them. They have a lot of good that's about these individuals, and I'm excited, So can't wait to see what they're gonna do. But guys, we did put the chat out. We pinned the actual the link out. If you guys want to call in, talk a little bit about us, get your guys' thoughts on these players. What excites you about them? What do you think about our takes on it? Are you with it? Snowball?
Should we do this mystery box thing? You want to do it? Want to do it now?
Hell yeah, why not? Let's
All right,
do it
let's
now.
I'm mesmerized by Jets Johnny and what he's doing in the chat. He's trying to spell
Fuck Carson Beck. Got it.
He's trying to spell Carson Beck, and it's just not working. So it was a great try. I have to say it was fantastic.
I saw the F, the U-C-K,
that came out first, right?
S-O-N.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, and you kind of hit it when you were talking about guys that are jumping, right? Carson Beck, bro. It took him like 10 years to graduate.
Yeah. He's Trinidad Chambliss before Trinidad Chambliss. The big question is going to be who's quarterback 3, right? When you're looking for, and listen, of course I'm a Jets fan, but I'm a fan of the NFL draft, the process, the maneuvering. Where do players actually end up after all the months of guessing and all the millions of mocks that get done? How does it play out? What team jumps for a player? What team takes a guy in the end of round 1? We're like, oh shit, the Cole Strange move, right? As bad of a pick as it was intriguing as hell because we had that guy as a 4th rounder, maybe a late 3rd. He goes in round 1. So you never know how a team is going to value a player and their skill set. And I think after you get past Simpson, how does the quarterback, the story within the story of draft weekend is going to be, how are these quarterbacks viewed? Nussmeier, Klubnik, Aller, Beck. How are they viewed? Are they just like, nah, we'll wait, we're good. We'd rather solidify with a veteran than take one of these guys. We can get impact players in round 3 and 4. Is there a massive slide with them? So it's one of the fun stories. I think the running back room is like that too, right? With Love. Love goes, when do the other guys start going? Who's number 2? Is it Price? And Notre Dame running backs go 1-2 in the same draft. There's so many different stories. When does tight end 2 go? Another position that could be an elite talent at the top, but not a lot of great depth. So when do centers start going off the board? This is a very good draft for safeties, edge, middle linebacker, and wide receiver. It's nice to not have to do a mock and draft a tackle. It's nice to not argue tackle or weapon like we did the last couple of years. By the way, tackle won both times because that's the priority.
And Nick, look, you know how I feel about Carson Beck, and the reason why we feel the way we feel about Carson Beck. But if I'm being honest with it, and we take Carson Beck in the later rounds, I'm not mad at it. He is not a
define later rounds.
5th.
Okay. Yeah, I don't care. You take a swing at a backup quarterback there, that's fine.
I'm not mad at it.
Agreed.
The upside, is it there? Yes. Can they get something with him? Potentially. He had a really good combine, I'm be honest with you. It's just how many times did we see those damn throws behind the the receiver. How many times did he dirt the balls when he's over there with us with the Bulldogs? You know, Nick, I was calling for Gunner to be the quarterback as soon as Gunner was there. I was like, get Gunner in there, put Gunner in there. It's an intriguing one, man, to say like
It really is. And it's going to be fun to watch it play out. That is the beauty of the draft, right? You can do it's people talk about it's impossible to get the perfect bracket, or it's impossible to get a round one completely correct. You know, there's players that jump, there's players that fall, there's moves that you never saw coming. You know, that's only 32. You know, you're talking about 64 games to get a perfect bracket, and nobody does it. You know, nobody gets a perfect round one. I think the best I ever did was the Sauce year. I think I had 28 out of 32 guys in round one. Not even all the picks right. 28 out of 32 first rounders was the best I have ever done.
Well, that's a great lead in to Johnny. I spoke to you about this about a week or two ago, but in upcoming episodes, we'll have a link in our description of the videos where you can, I'm going to have a Google form, and it's going to have picks 1 through 32, and you'll be able to fill it out, and we'll get a winner for most correct picks in the first round. So we'll be doing that just before the draft starts. Actually, yeah, probably a week before the draft starts. We'll take entries. But Nick, I wanted to do the mystery box giveaway with you.
Yeah,
I have a number of questions to ask you, and your answers to these questions will decipher who wins. So if I gave you the choice to pick between two numbers, 4 or 5, what would you pick?
4.
4. Okay, so we'll pick 4. If I had to ask you the question to pick a number between 1 and 31, what would you pick?
17.
17. Okay, that's a good one. And then if I asked you to pick a number between 1 and 12, what would you pick?
9. Nick's
9.
birthday is
Okay.
9/17. So there we go.
Okay. So we're looking for, I'm going to look through the people who have subscribed to the channel. The person who is closest to September 17th, 2024 will be the winner. So you pick 4, so that's for 2024. 9 would be the month, and 17 would be the day. So I'm going to go over to our list of subscribers, and we're going to go to.
Oh, can
take a look.
we play some music?
We can play some music. Go ahead.
Oh, can we share
So-
screen?
September 17th. Oh, should I share the screen here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that too.
Oh man,
Let's go
I should've
through.
picked, like,
Let's
I didn't even know what I was doing there. Nicely done. Look at you with your teacher trickery that you just threw at me.
I tried to do that, right?
You did. You were
Okay.
successful. I like that. That was nice.
Like that? All right. Oh, wow. We have a right on number too. Okay. So here we go. This is going to be very funny. All right. Let's share the screen. So, share screen. Let's go to this one right here. Let's share it out. Okay. So, we're looking for September 17th, 2024. And let's go through the list. We have June, August, right? September 17th, right here. Claire Vote. Claire Vote, you are the winner of all the Jets stuff that I just said before. Can you guys see it?
Yep.
Claire Vote is the winner. So Claire Vote, I'm going to stop sharing right now. Claire Vote, if you are watching right now, please make sure that you contact me at snowball.nyjets@gmail.com. Okay? Claire Vote is the winner. There you go.
Claire Vote is the
Claire
winner.
Vote is the winner. And if Claire Vote doesn't step up by next week's show, then we'll have to go to the mix again and figure another way to
Oh,
give
right.
this away. All
I
right.
just messaged
So
you, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there
One
you
of
go. I just got it now.
It's one of my 3.
Oh, look at that. Well, wow. Good for you. I didn't know that Clairvote was your burner account.
Yes. I have stepped up to reveal myself, gentlemen. Ship that shit, Snowball.
Well, listen, Claire, if you don't show your face if you don't email me within the next week it's back up for grabs. Okay? Fair enough?
Fair
1
enough.
week to respond. 1 week to respond. So, Claire, if you're watching or if you're watching after the fact, hit us up.
So if you make if you do a post, you might be
Yeah.
able to tag her
I'm going to do that.
in the post. Like if you make a community like comment,
Right?
you might be able to do that. If she has her public notifications on, you might be
Yes.
able to tag her either in a
Okay.
comment or in a post itself.
I'm going to do that. I'll tag her and see if she responds.
Well, congratulations to Claire.
Claire.
This is awesome. This was great. Enjoy. Hopefully she does reach out, but if not, next week,
It's
with
up to
the
them.
other individuals that we're bringing on, we'll redo this again and we'll kind of go from there. But we did go ahead and have a caller that came on. You said his name a little bit earlier today, Nick, and
If you say it 3 times, he appears.
say his name and he'll
What's the name of it?
appear. Here is
please
Kyle
don't be
Clifton.
Please don't be
Kyle
Jay.
Clifton,
All
Kyle
right,
Clifton,
that's
Kyle
good.
Clifton.
I'm like the Candyman.
Candyman. Kyle, what's going on, man? How are you?
How are you, fellas?
Here trying to talk
Fighting a
nothing
good
but
fight.
positive about a lot of the players that are coming out in the draft.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
What was your thoughts in regards to what we were talking about? Did you see it?
I came in late. I just
Okay.
I was hoping you guys would fill me in. I was just out watching my college basketball team blow their only chance in the last 41 years of going to the national championship.
Hmm.
Which team was that?
St.
And
John's.
just to be fair, Kyle Clifton, I picked more of a random at the end of the night than I did when I used to go to bars.
Yep.
All right, so we'll talk to you about it, Kyle. So we talked about tonight's episode is why should we draft these players? There is nothing bad about them. Why? In another multiverse, we're at 2. You get Bane, and you get Sonny Styles at 16, or whatever. Okay.
Well, you know me. I love to talk Jets, so
So we went ahead and talked about all of these individuals. So it's Bane, Sonny Styles, Bailey, and Reese. Very intriguing on a lot of the numbers that they've put up, what they've done, how can they possibly be used with us, the utilization of the individuals. Nick really had a really good breakdown on how we would actually use these players, and it fits. They can make it fit. It just comes down to if the coaches are going to be able to do that. And we actually ranked out of these 4 so far. We have another list that I'll show you next. You hear this name, how excited are you? And rank them from 1 through 4. So talk to us, Kyle.
sure, no problem.
What you think?
So when I hear Bane, I feel like we just traded that guy. Because I feel like he's a JJ clone. And I think he's a good football player. I think he might be a better fit in a team that is settled in the 4-3. I think that with Reese, the juice is worth the squeeze. I think that with Bailey, I think I understand why. This is a guy that can get after the passer, and we couldn't do it. But is he that much different than Will McDonald? I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it. And then, the other guys that might be there, like Styles, I love Styles. If they took Styles at 2, I wouldn't blink. So if you want me to rate them from 1 through 4, I would probably say Reese 1, Styles 2, You know, probably Bailey 3 and then Bane 4. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I think you were the first one that did not have Reese as the number one. Like we all did. I actually had Bane as my number 2. I had Reese as 1, and I had Styles at 3. And I'm big Styles fan, dude. I really like Styles. What I'm trying to say here is I would not be upset with any of these guys if we get them. I just want them to be impactful players day one coming in. They do not miss a step, and they're just causing havoc for opposing offenses. And I feel like these guys could do that. But again, they just got to be put in the right positions.
If I want to be honest, I think the guy that would be most impactful on day one and possibly through his entire career would be Styles.
Yeah, and Snowball was talking about it a little bit earlier. He likes Sonny Styles a lot is because of what he has up here.
Yeah.
In his brain and the way he's able to kind of almost process everything right then and there. It's huge. And I'll let Snowball talk about it. I'm over here like talking for Snowball. My bad, Snowball. You were talking about Sonny Styles earlier.
just the way he can dissect an offense. You know, like good guy, man, and doesn't miss tackles, and is a heat-seeking missile, and just can be the orchestrator behind, you know, for the defense. I don't know if he comes in right away and is able to do that, but you know, working with Demario Davis, or if that's a possibility, you know, him being able to do that stuff would be amazing. So,
no,
yeah,
I think that's a great point. To have him bend the knee with Demario for years is probably invaluable. So, you know, let's, you know, I don't. It's going to take a lot of guts to take him at 2.
sure.
Because it's not the edge, it's not sexy. But you know that we'll see. I like we're really going to find out a lot about Muji in this draft because day 3 was terrible, right? And we don't know if it was terrible, but it wasn't what I would have hoped. Like I would have hoped they would have stuck with and like taken the best player in the 110 range instead of like reaching for Arian Smith. Like the trading up, I think is crazy in their position. Like I'm hoping that's Glenn's influence, and not so much Muji. I have to be honest with you.
Kyle, can I ask you a question? How long do you see Demario Davis being here?
I think it's a year. I mean, I think they overpaid him to get him here for a year, and he's going to be a dead money guy after this year. I have to be honest.
So who takes over for him when he's gone?
Well, he'll come back again. He wants to do 5 times with the
He'll do the 5 times.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's like an argument for Sonny Styles.
It very much is. It very much is. I mean, like I'm not in the business of advocating for 38-year-old linebackers. So, like, you know, maybe he's got 1 year. We can squeeze a little bit more juice out. They paid him as if he's going to be here for 2.
Yeah,
we'll see.
And that's my take. That I hope we take another linebacker in the 2nd round. And there are some that are there that are going to be impactful individuals. Dude, I'm very high on Jacob Rodriguez. I really like that kid. The kid, when he wraps you, right, he's going to get you down, but he's also looking at trying to force a turnover. And we need that, you know. So, but Kyle, these are the other individuals that we were talking about too. We talked about Caleb Downs, Sadiq, Tyson, Lemon, and Vega as well. So, what are your thoughts
at 16?
It's so either 2 to 16. So you got all these individuals that we have here are the players that everybody is pretty much saying that the Jets are really looking at. And are the ones that we are potentially going to get. So the whole thought process of the show today was just to talk about these individuals and how they would fit and why would it make sense. So we talked about Caleb Downs. Does Caleb Downs impact his team as soon as he comes in, right? Does he essentially, right? Can he take over a game? And we all said yes. And I feel like he does do that. The knock is, oh, but he's a safety, blah, blah, blah. I mean, you saw a lot of these other
So
safeties. and
how
what they
does that
did.
work? It is, Fitz covering the slot in that scenario, and we're using, like, I'm trying to see how they play together, right? Because I kind of want a guy that's a little heavier on the back end,
Mhm.
because maybe I'm a traditionalist, whatever it is. To me, I think the guy that impacts them the most on day one is Vega, but because I think he's that good.
Nick, what's your thoughts on that? How do you, because you talked about it. You said I think what Fitz would be used as a nickel, right? And then go from there if we
Yeah.
had Caleb.
Yeah, you can create some really dynamic packages with Fitzpatrick, Brownlee, Downs. I think you can have a lot of fun with designing and disguising coverages on the back end. And if guys go in motion, Minka could back off to a safety. Brownlee can roll up. You can use Downs
Right.
all over the field. You can really try to confuse the quarterbacks and bait them into interceptions, and you'd have multiple players who could do it.
So in that scenario, Nick, you're thinking that they're not taking a cornerback until day 3, right?
It could be day 2. I mean, if somebody falls that they really love, you're sitting at the top of round 2. If you have a
Yeah.
first round grade on a guy, would I do it? No, not if you're taking Downs, because you can use Minka as your nickel, and now you got Thomas and Stevens on the outside. You signed Stevens, you drafted Thomas in the 3rd round, and you traded for Brownlee. You brought in your players. Like, you basically be saying that the guys that we chose aren't good enough after 1 year.
Right. So here's the thing with me. People are against Vega at 16, right?
We're
And
not.
no.
We're not.
But to me, like, there is no such thing as overinvesting in the trenches.
Exactly. Agreed.
And like, when we had the glory days, we didn't necessarily get there by taking all the guys early, but we got there and we had guys that could impose their will. And I think that is a key part to being able to win. So if we can run the ball with a little bit of impunity, and we have a AD and we think he's something, and we have Garrett and we're going to draft another wide receiver, and we have Mason Taylor that we think is going to continue to develop, and we have a quarterback that is not afraid to throw the ball down the field, then, let's run the ball. Like, like that might be something that might be a key part to start to advance towards winning, I think. And to me, it's an obvious hole because, um, I love Tip. I think he has a real future at guard or at center, but
Yeah.
more so at guard. Um, but they could easily bring up in someone late to contend with Myers, or they could have Newman contend with, like, I don't think much of Newman, but he's a good spare part. But, like, this is kind of make or break for him, right? Like, if
Mhm.
he's ever going to advance, this is the time that he needs to do it.
Yeah.
And let's bring in some competition for the center. Let's settle Tip. I mean, maybe Parham is the guy. Maybe Parham is the guy who because he's played center. Like, I don't know what their thought is, right?
And
But
that's
I
the
think,
beauty of the Jets here with the
yeah,
picks and the positional flexibility. They don't have to be married to one plan.
right. I think you're absolutely right on that, and the fact that Parham has kind of played across the line, I like. Even
Mhm.
though that I don't know if it's his best position or not, but I also don't know if he's better than Myers or not. Right, so like when you get presented an opportunity, if Vega were to be there at 16, I don't know. Like I hear rumblings that he might even go before that. If he is comped to Quentin Nelson, like I don't know what you're waiting for beyond 16. Like
Yeah.
Well, Kyle, I know
I don't know if you're Cleveland, how you let him go.
right.
true story. I know the big
I'll
conversation
be right
with
back.
the. All right, Nick. I know the big conversation, Kyle, is that you know, you're gonna have to pay all these guys at some point, right?
I mean, we're trying to
If
win. Right.
if we're getting a quarterback in 2027, doesn't that give you the flexibility to be able to pay these cats at that point? Because the highest paid individual will be the quarterback.
Or you wait this year, you see Olu show out because he's going to be the first up. If he doesn't become what we thought he was going to be, and I think he's been good, then you make the decision then. Like having good players and having to make decisions on them, it's a good problem to have.
100%, exactly.
Yeah,
Extend Tippmann now.
yeah, right.
Get it done.
I mean, I think I'm pretty confident that Membu is going to be a good player for a very long time. I think that Olu is a decent player. He might not be someone you want at left tackle forever, but he's still very young and finding his way. And I'm not betting against him in coming into year 3. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your Kyle? What's your thoughts on Sadiq, Tyson, Lemon?
I love Tyson. It all depends on the medicals. Like, to me, if Tyson were there and the medicals came back clean, there is no choice because he's exactly what we need. He can play all across the offense in any receiver position. He's big and he's physical, and we need that. But he's also shifty and athletic. He's versatile. I love the player. I love the player. I don't
Let me
love the
ask you a
injury
question,
history,
Kyle.
but
When you say the medicals, does that mean cleared on where he is on draft day, or does the constant injuries that don't bother you or scare you off? Like earlier in the show, just to summarize real quick, I said like we had to find something positive to say, like no negativity. You couldn't put a player down. I was like, well, the only positive I could find is that the state of New Jersey just got rid of Elijah Vera Tucker, and the Workmen's Compensation Department. All right, Kyle doesn't like my take. The Workmen's Compensation Department in New Jersey was looking forward to paying all that money out, and now they could bring in Lemon, or Tyson, who's drafted around the same spot, and do around the same amount of money. So the state would keep giving out money.
What's
I
going
have
on,
no-
Gypsy? Welcome.
I'm worried about him. Like if you told me the guy'd be healthy, he's not making it to 16. He'd be the number 1 player on the board.
I have no problem with your take, Nick. I don't. I understand the apprehension around Tyson. However, I think the juice is worth the squeeze at 16 if he comes back healthy for right now. Like, I think that guy was so keyed on at Arizona State. Like, it might be worth the chance. How are you, Gypsy?
I'm good, Clifton. So I was listening to you, right? Just
Mhm.
worldwide. Hi,
Hey, what's
everybody.
going on,
Good night,
Gypsy?
good night.
Hey, thank you for calling in, man. I think first time. So love your
Where-
takes. Love when you get on and then you start talking ball. So
Long
appreciate
time
you
listener,
calling
first
in.
time caller.
Yep.
Wherever shine goes, we follow, bro. All right.
Oh, yeah.
So Clifton,
Yes, ma'am.
The thing that makes Downs the best player in the draft and the player that's going to make the biggest difference that's not a quarterback is one simple fact. You can play him from any defense, from 3-4, 4-3, nickel, wide 9, quarters. You can put him in any defense, and he is your last line of defense. The way he moves on the preemptive plays makes the quarterback take a play away. Like he'll take a play away just by him being there because knowing where to be. Palomalu and Ed Reed did the same thing. There's a certain instinct you have for the ball that you don't see it often. Like whenever we see it, we're like, that guy's good. Hamilton has it also, but not on the same level. Like he knows where the ball is. There's a guy in Miami too. I can't remember his name. That's a ball hawk also. Cornerback, I think. Like he's really, really good, but he's always hurt. He's on UM.
Holland?
I can't think of his name.
Javon Holland is a
Yes,
safety.
yes.
Holland. Yeah.
Like he's a ball hawk, but he's always hurt. Like, there's certain guys that know where to be on a defense. So I'll give you an example. We're talking about earlier in the
Also, we're
show.
talking professional football. UM is the college. Miami Dolphins is the pro team.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Well, if you fucking call me out for everything in the chat, I gotta call you out when you mess up. It's a give and take.
Miami, dog. So, with what was ran against us last year, so many play actions were done to us for two reasons. The middle linebacker and the safety could not get together and sync themselves on plays. Sherwood committed too early, and Moore was way too late. So they got beaten run plays, they got beaten pass plays over the middle and to the right and to the left. So with Downs there and Fitzpatrick there, you lock up both sides of the field. So that where they have to attack is over the middle and out routes. When you have guys that can jump routes and out routes, like Downs is that dude, bro. There is no one better than Downs in the draft. No one. Like I keep on hearing people say it, like, you guys really either just fall in love with a player or you're not looking at this, understanding what football is. Like the instinct to the ball is the greatest thing you can have as a football player. Every coach, when you're being like put on the team, that's what they're looking for. They want to see you understand and just know where to be. He knows where to be at all the places.
So my biggest problem with Downs is I don't think he's going to be available to us. That's my.
He's not. He's not. We're not going to get him. He's too good. Whenever there's a great player that comes along, the Jets always pass over them. We've done it so many times where it's like, this guy's generational.
You wouldn't take him at 2, and he's not going to be there at 16. Is kind
I would take him. I would take him at 2. I would trade up
really?
to get him. I would do everything I can to get Downs. I've said this since day one. Before the draft even started, I was like, if y'all looking at what this kid is, like, I've been on it, but like,
more so than Styles.
I like Styles, but I think Styles and Reese make each other better. So that combo of having them together, like you can't really tell which one is better because they complement each other so well. Downs is the difference maker on that defense. You watch the plays, like he is the person that makes most of the plays on that defense. The linebackers are great. They get shit done, but the person that stops the play is Down. The person that recognizes the play first is Downs. When Blewett shows tape, like that's what you see. His recognition of what's going to happen is so early.
No, I'm not a doubter. I know that he's heady, and I know that he's a good athlete, and I know he loves football. It's just the value, the positional value is like it too is like that's unheard of.
I know. It's because of Jamal Adams, bro. I don't understand why people just a good player is a good player. Like it is what it is.
And Gypsy, and that's kind of what I was talking about a little bit earlier. You were watching it, and exactly, you saw it. Reese Styles, like Reese set it up, Styles finished it. Right, but you know who was always there, around, ready, just in case or whatever, dude. It was always Downs, bro. And when he would shoot the gap, I used to be like, "Holy shit!" Like this dude, he raps. It's game over. Like he's hitting you, he's knocking, he tackles. He's a sure tackler, and like, but not just only that, the other stuff that does never get talked about, right? That's making a guy think twice of putting it there because he already sees Downs, knows what the hell you're about to do.
Episode 69, Johnny says makes a guy think twice about putting it there. Well done.
I'm just saying, like, I know that everybody's like, I can't do it at 2, but out of everybody that we've talked, the only player this time around that's been talked about generational has been Downs. I haven't heard it from anybody else. And
I hate that
Vega.
term.
I think Vega.
I hate the term generational because
I know.
it puts so much pressure on a player, and it normally doesn't end well. But like before they even put that label on him, a good player is a good player. Like when you see a good
Right.
player, you just like he's a really good player. So like with Reese and Bane, I like Bane more. I got to see Bane in person, so like he's just a monster. Like he doesn't have a quit. Like guys like that, just they always make plays, and he knows where to be. So like I don't care who we get it to if it's not down. So it's kind of where I'm at. And for
Yeah.
the other thing, like I'm really with Sadiq. Sadiq in my dream is bunch formations. Sadiq is blocking on anything that's odd to one side. Like you have to shift your defense. Like if wherever he is, you have to shift and have somebody big to come out there. If they put him inside on any play on a play action and double play action, like it's you have a receiver and a tight end all in the same spot. The only thing that bothers me is it reminds me of the dude from the tight end from Atlanta.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. Like it kind of has that feeling to it where he could either be really amazing or just like so at 16, I wouldn't do it.
He's a
I'd take
little smaller, but what I will say is that he is jacked up, and his measurables are different than other tight ends that you see. Like
He's a
he
receiver.
should, yeah, he's a receiver. Like linebackers are not going to be able to match up with him at in any phase, like because of
100%.
the short area quickness, of the long, like of the strength. Like he's a freak. Sadiq is a freak, and it rhymes, and it you should remember it.
Hey, it's
He plays
episode
like a
69.
they play like old school linebackers, which is what I like. I like the guys that can do everything, like the Gonzalez's and the what's his name, Shockies, and just the guys that would go get the ball, and guys that would like. I like those kind of dudes, and I mean I think those guys are. It's going to be interesting. I'm ready for the draft. I'm over fucking hearing Shine do mock drafts and Jake do mock drafts, and Jake talking about Ty Simpson. If I hear Simpson's name one more time, I'm going to stab myself in the face, bro. Like, all because he said Jets. Everybody that's an Asmaniac or a Jet creator is just, Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson. What do you think about Ty Simpson? I don't hear. We have Geno Smith. Like, that's what's factually happening. Like, and narratives to be talked about are Ken Frank, because I was watching some tape because I used to live in Carolina, so watch a lot of Panthers. I was like, you know what? Let me watch some Frank Reich's. I watched the first 3 games so far. All right. And then I was like, you know what? Let me go watch some Colts games. So I have the time now because I'm not working as much. So I started watching Colts game. Frank Reich's offensive structure hasn't changed in quite some time. It's the same exact structure. He's going to do the same thing when he comes here as he did in fucking Carolina. Like, I don't know why everybody's like, oh, it's going to change and it's going to get better. It's going to be the same thing. So,
too, Nick.
Gypsy, you want to come on with me Sunday night, do a mock?
oh my God, bro, I'd rather stab myself in the face, dog. Whenever I hear a mock now, I just fucking tune out, bro. I'm like, oh, so who are we getting now?
Hey, Gypsy, we did on here on Just for a Wide. We did one, and then myself and Snowball both said after the show was done, yeah, we're done. We're not doing no more mocks for the rest of the fucking year. Like it's done. Like we're good. So.
Doing a 7-round mock, if you don't know 7 rounds worth of players, is like what you do is like you do the first 2 rounds. Because I think at this point, anyone who watches Jet shows every single day kind of knows who they want in 1 and 2. And that's realistic. That's ideal. Dylan, Dom C, those guys can go deep into the draft and talk about those players. Others as well. But those are just the 2 that come on with me often that I trust to say, hey, tell me about a guy in the 5th round. And they'll be honest. Like, I haven't watched anything on him, or I have. But, ideally, you look at your top 4 picks, and that has the ability to change the trajectory of this franchise. And getting to know the players and hearing different opinions about those potential players is fun. When you get deeper than that, what she said. It gets problematic, right? And it might lose interest to the casual viewer.
Yeah, you lose me about round 3 most times. The only reason why I know about anything past round 3 is Dylan and Joe Blewitz and you guys when y'all do the mocks. Even when you're doing the mocks, you get to a certain point where you're like, I guess I'll take him.
Yeah, you basically look
by
at
need.
positions to fill, and you
Yeah.
don't know. You read a little bit of the commentary. Like, I do mocks often, and even when I do mine, I'll do a 4-round mock. Maybe I'll move back into the 3rd and try to get to familiarize myself with some players there. So if I get asked about them, I can kind of comment on them. That's like my structure with it.
I love Clifton takes, so I got a question for you, Clifton, and everybody else in the panel.
Sure.
What do you think is the strong part of our team coaching wise this year? And what do you think is the weakest part of our team coaching wise this year?
I mean, the easy answer is Banjo is the strong part, right?
That was my answer.
Yep, that was mine.
Right.
Special teams.
But I also like Hayden. I think that he's done a pretty good job as well. I liked him as a player, and I think that the offensive line is trending up. That's me. Like we'll see about some of the other aspects of it. What you said about Reich, I mean, it resonates. Like I would have probably kept Engstrand because, like, that's not the thing you do to a young guy that's thought to be innovative. You don't pull the rug out from underneath him when you don't have the players. So
yeah, I mean, I thought he was trash. If you would have brought Reich in to help him, it would have been better for him. So then letting him go.
But I don't know.
Gypsy, I'm gonna go ahead and say, special teams for me, and I would say weak. It's probably gonna, dude. I have to go with offense. I'm gonna have to say offense because we've been so shitty for so long at offense. So it's like, for me, it's just the offense, bro. Like, I want to score, man. I'm tired of not putting up points like we should. And
John, I just got a text from your wife that says, "Tell him he's not scoring. Leave me the hell alone when the show's over."
Oh, she knows. She's putting all the kids to sleep right now. It's Friday night, man. This is Friday nights. It gets buck wild in the household. So,
Gypsy, you talking about coaches, individual coaches, or just positions?
Just overall. So I wasn't even talking about last season. I'm talking about as the team is put together right now. What do you think the strengths and weaknesses are of the team?
Oh, what the fuck! Sorry.
What happened? Anyway,
Sophia fell to number 2 on her fundraiser. This one girl raised like $800 in one day.
Oh,
she cheated. It's a scam. She's got backers.
Yeah.
Right. For me, I would think I'm most excited about defense now. Right, the way this has been structured, and I like the addition of Dunbar, having him come back. I would say that would probably be like, I potentially see that being a strength, although it wasn't a strength last season. But I'm hoping for a big improvement in that. I'm going to agree with everybody else that special teams is what it was and probably will be what it is, and receiving, like the receivers. I'm not convinced. I don't know if I see that as a strength now. Like I don't know what we're going to get. You have one receiver that you think you can count on, and
coming back from injury, mind you.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? You have like question AD Mitchell. You got Garrett coming back from an injury. You got a draft where you don't know what you're going to get. So like that's all question marks in my head.
And they like AD, but I think he's wide receiver 3.
He is. He's not.
Yeah. He's not a 2.
I personally think Garrett Wilson is a 2. I know everybody gets real mad about it. He is a 1, but he's a 1B. He's a 1B. He's the 2A. Like guaranteed a 2A. We need a big. That's why I like the Sadiq thought process. We need a big or a Lemon. We need somebody that can just is a go getter and mean and can get the ball. Like somebody that stands out. Because Like they always double Garrett, and and he still gets passes off. So,
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Hey,
That's
so what's your so you let us know what's your like what's your strength that you feel like the Jets have right now, and then what's the weakness that you believe is within the Jets?
The weakness is the coaching staff altogether. The I said it before, this is a redemption team. The whole team has something to prove and redeem, and like everybody, like the whole defense should feel bad about last year and they want to redeem themselves. The coaching staff that we hired should want to redeem themselves. Frank Reich is looking to redeem himself. He hasn't been in football for a while that we care about. What's his name? Musgrave has been trashed his whole life. I don't know why people think Musgrave was an upgrade, but okay, Musgrave was an upgrade. Like Aaron Glenn was mediocre at best, and his players, when you look at certain defenses, players run defenses based upon a scheme, and the coach doesn't have to do a lot. He just comes up with different blitzes to put in by situation. That Detroit defense, when they got branched, became a very fluid defense where they adjusted on the field. The coach wasn't telling them what to adjust. They would see a play and adjust based on a scheme. Like Glenn is looking for the same thing. That's why we got Fitzpatrick. He needs a captain in the secondary to tell the defense what to do, to where to be in these plays. And he needs a middle linebacker. That's why Davis is there. That's why if we get downs on the other side, secondary is locked down. You now have three guys that can tell where the ball is going to be and shit like that. So I think the coaching staff. I think the strength of the team is probably the players, because even last year I felt like we didn't scheme our players to do anything. We didn't do anything that we said we were going to do. Like we failed in every category.
I don't agree with that, because there was a lot of film breakdown that guys were open. Quarterbacks weren't just throwing the ball. There was a lot of film breakdown of guys open. You know, Michael, I keep referencing the tweet Nania had that the Jets were fourth in the league in wide receiver separation against man coverage. That's scheming guys open. That's just a quarterback not delivering the ball.
No, there's reason to believe that Fields was the problem. There is reason to believe
100%.
that.
Yeah.
You want to go look at the Pittsburgh game. I think it was New York Jets fans only on Instagram posted like it was a sad, sappy video with sad music, but remembering Justin Fields against Pittsburgh, the ball coming out on time, the ball in rhythm. If we got that Justin Fields from the pocket the entire year, you're looking at a much different team. But we didn't get that. Like, guys were not getting the ball. Guys were open. And I hate that Justin Fields cost us Angstrom, because Angstrom will be the next LaFleur. 5 years from now, Angstrom will be
5 years from now
coordinator or coach. And
he's
Justin Fields fucking ran his career in the trash compactor for now.
Angstrom is somebody that looked at the playbook and understood how to pass. He did not understand how to make a playbook. There's a massive difference. So in making a playbook, your plays that you start the game with have to have some rhythm to them, and you have to keep on doing them. Like, he would do one play, then the next play, then the next play. There was no rhythm to his plays, one. Two, the blocking schemes that he used for running plays were horrible. The running plays that he called were predictable. The base part of his game was horrible. Therefore, we had no play action game. Therefore, every team can blitz on us. They can sit on top of us, and we have to throw the ball quick because our line's going to break down when they just bring a full-out blitz on you from each. Like, you can't win like that. Like, you need.
I love when Jay Reeves in the chat says, "Stop it, Nick," because if he disagrees with my take, I know I sound pretty good because his takes are. I know I got a good take when he disagrees with it. So thank you.
He just hates and never calls in. I mean, like, I don't understand it. Like,
cry in the chat. That's it.
Well, Kyle, Gypsy, it was a pleasure having you guys. Gypsy, awesome you coming on here, man. We appreciate you. I've always really enjoyed your takes. But look, I've been on the downs talk. I wish it would happen, but I just don't think it's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
So, you know,
we can dream though.
Yeah, we could dream. So
and Gypsy, can you just admit that you're Ed Reed?
I wish. So, question for you, right? So, callers and all the Asmaniacs and all the Jets analysts, if we were to make a team, what position would you want to play? Kyle, what position would you want to play?
When I was healthier and in my prime, I would like to play defensive end.
Okay, Kyle at defensive end.
Thomas Hennessy.
The long snapper.
Hey, keep getting that paycheck year after year after year. Any kind of regime that comes in, right? There might be a nuke dropped, but Thomas Hennessy will still be there somehow. You know, him and a couple of cockroaches, and that's it. So
That's it.
give me Thomas Hennessy. Nick,
Sean.
Quarterback.
Sean wants to be quarterback.
Easy. Now, when I was younger, you put me at the end when I was, in my 20s and, late teens, muscular at 6'3", 235, all muscle. Yeah, you put me at the end or a middle linebacker, but quarterback. I had the arm. I could throw the ball 70 yards back in the day.
That was me, Nick. 6'7", 230, like 230, 235. Like
I'm putting you at tight end, man.
Yeah, you're on the line, Kyle.
Snowball.
I'm going to be a fullback.
No.
Fullback, Snowball.
Fullback.
And safety cornerback, bro.
You had to ask him?
Yeah.
I have to. I mean, it was his question, and he has to end it. So I had to ask him. But Gypsy, Kyle, pleasure having you guys on, man, as always. And thank you guys for coming on.
be good, guys.
Anytime.
Good job.
Later, Kyle.
Thanks, guys.
Laters.
Peace.
And
Hey.
then
I'm gonna bounce,
Yes.
gentlemen. Pleasure
Yeah.
being
yeah,
here with you guys.
we're ending it right now.
Yes.
So Nick, thank you for coming on. This
No
was
problem, man.
really
This was
a
fun.
really good episode. Again, being able to really break it down the way we did tonight and kind of go over it. I hope that a lot of people see it and just can make essentially their own opinion. And look, whoever we pick, whoever we get, I just want them to get it right. Get it right. And
100%.
look, once that player puts on the green and white, I'm rooting for him. I
Don't
want him
forget
to
the alternate
succeed.
black.
That one too itself. But Nick,
Right.
I know you have a show, and I appreciate your show. Okay, can you talk a little bit about it? What you got going on,
Good.
and let everybody know.
The Nick Shine Show on YouTube, brought to you by The Nick Shine Show, has a segment at the end called "What Did We Learn Today?" And today we are going to ask the chat, "What did you learn today?" So drop your "What did we learns" in the chat. It's been a 3-hour show. There's been a lot of good Jet conversation, and tell everybody what did you learn. And hey, babe, give me 2 minutes. I'll call you back.
I learned that Nick is Mr. 69, baby, all day, every day. Snowball,
I
what
learned.
did you learn?
Hold on. I learned that Jaden D'Angelo doesn't pay attention once you get the potatoes that he eats.
Nothing.
Nothing.
What's wrong with Jaden? I learned that that Nick's daughter is being bamboozled in the fundraising.
Yeah, man. She had a $300 lead yesterday, and she's almost at $1,100 that she's fundraised, and this girl went from like 400 to like 1,300 overnight.
Oof.
I'm telling you,
Gypsy said, "I learned that I'm ready for the draft and no more
mock drafts."
And Nick, this was awesome, man. Dude, I know the Tyson one was tough because it was tough for me too.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck. I was like, no, I don't want to talk about him. But
Snowball, any chance you could drop that in your? I'm not a mod, so I can't post a link. Any chance that you could post that for anyone who's interested in potentially helping my daughter fundraise for her softball team? Also, if you don't want to put a full order in, you can either Venmo, Cash at me, and I'll do it a part of a bigger order to help support her. But gentlemen, do you mind if I kick it up to the Great White North?
yeah.
Boomtown, please, good sir, drop it like it's hot and tell everybody, what did you learn during this episode today?
Black Gypsy said he learned that 69 between two dudes is gross. Yeah, that's true.
Anything but conversation between two dudes is gross. If you're going shopping together, like anything, it's gross.
Oh snap! Here we go. Hey, it's only right for Nick to do it. It would definitely be weird if we were to do it, right? Or
Let me see if I can muster this up for you guys.
all right. Let's do it. Boomtown is dropping some knowledge.
Boomtown learned Nick Shine appeared in the correct position. It didn't take long into episode 69 to look inside the box. It appears the multiverse question was answered. Snowball believes Bane is a truck. Bonus! Johnny believes Nick is the perfect person to dumbify things for everyone. Johnny can't bewilder Snowball. A red storm warning was issued this evening. Snowball rejected Nick's 69 offer. Double bonus. Workers' comp took a major hit when AVT left the Jets. It took 1 hour, 42 minutes for Nick to say something negative. Nick Shine has never worn sandals. Nick is Claire. Claire is Nick. Awesome. Thank you, gentlemen.
And
Thank you, Boomtown.
and this is right here, the link where
Yeah, baby. That's the link. Click it. Help support Sophia. Anyone who does, message me, and I will give you raffle entries for the Nick Shine Show giveaway on April 5th. Also, Claire, vote.
Yeah.
Who's
Show
she
your
be?
face.
We need to know.
Show your face.
Boom. Thank you, man. That was awesome of you coming on here. Nick, what you got going on over there at the Nick Shine Show? What's going on?
Sunday night, I really did plan on doing a mock. It's not just to stick it to Black Gypsy. I really planned on doing one. Was going to think of a different scenario to do. I was going to have Dylan on the show, but he's moving into a new place this weekend, so that's why he wasn't able to get on Jake's as well the last couple days. So it might be open. But might have some callers pop in and be like guest GMs for each pick, or get their feedback, or be in the room for the pick. So tomorrow night I'll be on with Ricky New York at 8 p.m. So check that out. And yeah,
Ricky.
support these guys. These guys are fucking awesome. They're great people, and love the idea. It was a great idea you guys had tonight with the show. So thank you guys.
Appreciate you.
Everyone. And if I could just have solo screen for 1 second here at the end of the show, I would like to say something to Clancy and Jay in the chat. Yes, we're going out on this note. Johnny, you're a host on the show. I'm not going to shit talk you, but to shit talk North Carolina for lasting longer this season than Carolina, but to dismiss when Carolina knocked you out in the Final Four is some crybaby bullshit bastard stuff. Grow up. Carolina ended Coach K at home. They ended Coach K in the Final Four. Nothing you ever do will matter. Nothing will ever top that. Nothing. Suck it, both of you. Episode 69. Figure it out, gentlemen. Good night. I love you guys.
Later, Nick.
Peace out, Nick.
And then
we're in here.
Mirza.
And then we were.
That was awesome. Hey, but I gotta say this. Shout out to Duke, baby. Let's go Blue Devils. Got that W, man. The only Johnny that I respect is the one right over here, my Pop Dukes. So shout out to my pops. Hey, Snowball, this was a fun one, man. Hey,
yes.
Yeah, they go at it. All right.
It was fun. Yeah. You know why they go at it? Because they love each other. I think that's the reason why. You bust on your friends. So it's always fun to bust on your friends. MC Mays knows, Clancy knows.
Nick gives me shit about the Mets all the time, bro. So so does Clancy too, though. You know, especially when the whole Soto joint happened and everything. But
it's all right, Clancy. If you're nice, maybe I'll get you Yankee tickets. That's okay. Anyway.
Hey, shout out to Clancy, man. Clancy,
right? Shout out to Clancy.
Shout out to everybody in the chat tonight, man. This was fun. So at the end of it all, what's your thoughts? Like, are you good?
I
whipping
just want
these
to get.
guys?
I just want to get it over with, Johnny. I just want to get it over with. I'm tired of speculating. This happens every single year. You know, it starts one way. People climb the draft board. People fall from the draft board. Everyone starts to make stuff up. Everyone speculates. Everyone's guessing about this guy, that guy, the other guy, the guy's cousin, the guy's neighbor down the street who plays softball with this guy, and whatever. I'm done. I'm over with. It lasts too long. They should do the draft sooner. For me, the draft shouldn't be in April. The draft should be in like
The day after they
Right?
Super Bowl finishes about a week
exactly.
later.
Just do the draft like February, like that. Valentine's Day and the day after Valentine's Day is the draft. That's it.
Yeah.
You know, just go and get it and do it anyway. Whatever. Oh, funny story. Okay, here in the Snowball lair, right in the basement, there was a Jets fan who was down here today. I wasn't home. My son had to stay home for a guy coming in to change the water meter. So he looks at the room here and he goes, "Hey, who's the big Jets fan?" And my son's like, "Oh, my dad. He has a show on YouTube." He goes, "Oh, really?" He goes, "What's the name of the show?" He goes, "You know, I'm a big Jake Asman. I'm an Asmaniac." I was like, "Really?" I said, so I asked my son, I go, "You know, did he get his name or whatever?" He's like, "No, I didn't get his name, but he said that he was going to watch your show tonight. So if you're the water meter guy and you're watching this show right now, hi, you were here today."
Hell yeah.
Just thought that was really funny. You want to do a last minute? We got somebody in the back room.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's get him on here, man. You guys know him. This guy got more bling bling than I don't know who does, but let's go ahead and bring him on here. Talk a little bit about some what's going on with the ladies, you know, because
Shades and all.
the ladies love the legend, the Mr. Famous Fulton. What's going on,
What
buddy?
up, guys? How are you?
What's
You
up,
know,
man?
chilling, man? What's going on? How are you, buddy?
Just been busy lately.
So
That's cool, man.
give us the
Yeah.
the 411. What's the info? Let us know.
The info for what?
For you came on here, you have definitely something to tell us today. So what's the good news?
Yeah. Well, you guys know Back to the Future.
Yeah.
Well, James Towen just passed away today.
Oh, rest in peace.
Mr. Strickland, principal, and Top Gun. So
A sad day in movie land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down there. Hey, but you know what? Famous. This is episode 69. So we need to
It
talk a little
is.
bit, all right? What's
Yep.
going on? What's going on with the ladies, man? Let us know, man. What's up, man? You getting them all
nothing,
day, every day?
nothing yet, Johnny. Nothing yet.
You're still fishing?
Still fishing.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, keep doing though, man. You need to go out there and fish with some dynamite. And
I
once
sure
you go
will,
ahead and they
yes.
come all over, bro, you're gonna have a great time, man. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that you're in good spirits.
I heard that Paul had a special guest on today. How did that go?
I think it went really well. He had some music guys that were up and everything, so it's pretty cool, man.
Nice.
Yeah, man. So, but Fulton at 2-16, who the Jets getting?
The 216. Ooh, that's a tough one. Well,
You think they're going to take a
Well,
quarterback or they're going to take a
we're gonna have to get a quarterback for this one because the one that we don't like, I mean, Jordan Love is not a good quarterback or anything, but we got to get a new quarterback on our hands
all right?
from like a college team or something like that, like from Indiana or Michigan or something like that.
Sounds like a good plan, Mr. Famous Fulton.
Yep, it sure
All
is.
right. Well, Mr. Fulton, give us a really good JETS Jets chant. We'll put your
Yep.
full screen and then we'll call it a night.
Yep.
Jets.
Well,
That's
you got give us the JETS.
Oh yeah. JETS. Jets.
Hell yeah. Let's
Damn
go.
straight. Damn straight.
And with
Thank you
that
so
being
much.
said-
Thank you, and I'll be on the Paul Green show tomorrow morning.
Hell yeah, let's go. Later, famous.
good.
Later.
Hey, I'm glad seeing him, man. He
Yep.
seems like in better spirits too, man. So
That's right. He was all down on himself the other day, and now he's up. His spirits are better.
yeah, so 100%. Well, Snowball, happy birthday again.
Thanks
It's
again.
your
Thanks.
birthday. It's your birthday month. So
It's my birthday weekend.
Yep,
That's it.
Hopefully, you're gonna have some good times, some fun. Go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go move my son out of his apartment. So that's my
Oh.
fun.
Oh,
That's
you
my
gotta-
fun for the weekend.
Oof, never mind.
I'm moving
Well,
him back home.
Hey, that's good news. That's
He's
awesome.
coming home. Yeah,
Yeah, he's about to take your mic again.
I've missed him. Yeah, he has a better mic than me.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
So, but hey, again, next week, guys, we
Yep.
got another fun treat. We got the should we save it or should we let them know?
No, you should hype it up.
Yeah. So we're excited. We're excited to bring them on over here. We've been talking to them for a little bit for a while. Things haven't aligned, right? Essentially, but we are looking forward to next week. We are bringing the Take Flight Talk crews coming over here with us. We got Woody and we have Abby coming on. Really look forward to having them on the show, being able to kind of let us know what's going on, what their thoughts on what the New York Jets are going to do. And it's always fun when we have our guy, Mr. Woody, in the building itself.
Right.
And then with Abby as well.
She hasn't been on in a minute, so yeah, it's good to have her back.
Cannot wait for that. And if you guys have not checked out her rants, you guys are missing out. So
For sure.
But that being said, I think we should close it out, right?
That's it. Let's close it out.
Hell yeah. Well, it's another episode of Jets.
Worldwide, wide.
Later, everybody. Good night.
This is Jets World Wide.